Aqui é Corinthians. Hoje é dia de fúria. É vapo. Custa um. Vai, mãe. Mas tá é bonita, viu?
Puxa na fera.
Campeão.
We are live! Welcome you all for the 4th weekend of LBFF Season 6. I'm Marcelo Fiorentini. I'll be your pilot for these days' travels. And you guys are welcome here to enjoy those 6 drops of the best Free Fire in the world. And of course, I'm not by myself on this crazy and hot weekend here in São Paulo. I'm sided by my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell. Carol, how you doing?
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for being here with we all today. So it is very important to have you guys here, especially because today, Marcelo, we already matched 24 rounds played for all the teams. And right now, the favorite ones start to showing up, show their faces. And of course, today is an important day for the bottom and for the top of our table. So great expectations on the day today, Marcelo.
And as you said, Carol, and as Troy Bolton and Gabriela Montes would say, we're all in this together for some amazing Free Fire throughout the whole week. As we saw last weekend on Sunday, the first quadrabuia in the history before dominating the whole Sunday. Kalahari and Bermuda was all theirs. They got the double buoy in both maps. And Purgatory is still a map they need to develop. However, if they keep dominating 2 of the 3 maps, it will be tough to get to B4.
Exactly. It is what they are been saying on the social media. 1 is good, 2 is good, 3 is amazing, but 4 is B4. So, of course, these guys deserve all the congratulations. Was definitely amazing. And I'm really excited to see them play today, Marcelo.
And I'm excited to see the standings because B4 changed the whole picture of the season. And they took the leadership with 270 points, and they took with them Tropa to the 2nd place. Tropa had an amazing weekend last Saturday and Sunday, and now they are on the 2nd place on our standings. We remind you, this is an actual picture of the season, since all the teams have 24 maps played in the season up until right now. Nice from Loud and Fluxo to keep themselves fighting for the 2nd place. However, this distance that before got to Loud and Fluxo and Tropa was incredible. We got to remind you, before started the last weekend in the 11th place.
Yep.
So the evolution from those guys is something for us to keep an eye on, right, Carol?
They definitely developed amazed here this season. They started very good. I mean, not that good, but right now they, after a great weekend, they took the lead alone, right, with this 270 points. More than 27 points ahead of Tropa team, but we gotta point it out that the Tropa team did definitely a good job. But the players Iago and Lobato, they definitely have been in the highlights of last weekend. Of course, B4 is not gonna play today. We are going to focus in other teams. They are coming today to fight over the top. We're gonna focus on Fluxo team, Esports, Team Coda, Solid, Loud, and we kind of put expectation on the same teams as Esports, Fluxo, and Loud because they have been so good last season, and we were not expecting to see a different picture of our table. But if today they have the opportunity to play, we definitely should keep an eye on these guys, Marcelo, because they will fight like lions for the top.
And it's funny that we talk a lot about those teams, but we gotta say that we got lots and lots of guys individually doing amazing jobs. Cias, the current MVP, is once again in the run for the MVP. He leads Fluxo in assistances, in MVPs, in map MVPs, in damage, in kills, and we got to know who are fighting for the top of the kill leaders as we see Killed from Tropa and MTS tied up in the 1st position. MTS once again on the run for the MVP as he was last season with Vitinho XP, Gus, and Lost. Some new faces.
Yes.
But we know that the guys behind them are coming with the experience and the will to take that spot, right?
Definitely, Marcelo, definitely. This is a good picture for me, actually. Totally different that we haven't seen from the 4th season and the 5th season. And right now, of course, only MTS, it is the new face. But actually, all of these players got 24 matches played. So they are equals right now, which give us a better understanding of in what path we are standing right now and which ones are the best, which ones have to improve. And Siki led, which is a newcomer this season, and V-Team, who was a newcomer from last season. It is amazing to see how Free Fire brings us the best of the best, right?
And what impresses me the most is the consistency from MTS as the top player for SS Esports, as one of the top players for the whole LBFF. And we talked a lot about it last season. SS Esports is a team that's currently changing their squad. And for the first time, we have SS Esports keeping the same squad from one season to another.
Yes.
And we got to check the schedule, because SS Esports will be on the server today. We have Bondi, Corinthians, Nitrox Up 10, Team Coda Solid, Team Solomid, and Vivocade defending Group A against Amazon Crips, Fluxo, Los Grandes, Netshoes, Miners, SS Esports, and XD defending Group B. But Carol, talking about SS Esports, we're going to check the schedule from tomorrow as well. Group A will host Group C with Before, Furia, Loud, Metagaming, Real, and Tropa. But since we're talking about SS Esports, Carol, and talking about MTS, that was the first time that we had the organization keeping the squad as a whole from one season to another. MTS is their cornerstone for a few seasons right now.
Definitely.
So, is he the guy to build a team around?
That's actually a great question, because last season we talked a lot about how the whole team of SS Sports were beat up, because on season 4 they were also one of the favorites. They were among one of the best team and favorite teams of LBFF.
And they were the champions entering season 4.
Exactly. And they were the champions. They came in the 5th season being one of the favorites as well. And they are also this season. But what I'm trying to say is that season after season, they are bringing a very strong squad. And right now, the 2nd season with MTS on the team tells me that this will go much for because of MTS. He's back in the kill leaders, leading, and we gotta point it out that is one of the reasons is because of the grenades. He's following the meta of the game of all the seasons. But like you said, he's the rock, right, of the team. And it is really good to see that one player can be such a great example for all the other players, especially because SS Sports keep bringing newcomers for their squad, right?
And that helps the new guys, the youngsters, as put on to develop their game better.
Exactly.
We have put on Fenix and Jubinha playing by the side of MTS. They have Seinomi, the nameless player, also coming into SS Esports. But Carol, I want to know who is the guy you built your team in FF Squad around?
Well, today I decided to stick with my decision for the coach. So I'm putting Capigui. I'm putting Capigui as the coach, and also I chose GodQ for today. And we know that the most selected one players, as you guys can see, it is GodQ, Romeo, Cias, Gus, Level Up, and I chose GodQ twice, today and tomorrow.
I chose GodQ today, but I gotta say, my team tomorrow is more promising than my team today. Today, I have you guys are gonna see that I am still on the bottom of the Casters League table. However, I closed the gap, Carol. I'm coming after you.
And I dropped one position. So Murilo Show, it's ahead of me, Marcelo. And you got a chance. You got a potential, my friend.
my team for tomorrow is amazing. Today I have Dog Black, Bops, Master from Amazon Creeps, Level Up, GodQ, and Debzada.
Marcelo, look at the points. Look how Tauna is ahead of both of us. Look at this.
We're getting there.
This is ridiculous.
We're getting there because my team for tomorrow has Elias from Team Solomid as the coach, Bops once again, Will, VM7 from Real. That was the guy that was the least expensive in my team. So I could get Vitinho XP and Killed.
Dang it. I put Vitinho XP 2 weeks in a row in my squad, but he's getting so expensive that I cannot anymore.
I saved money to get Vitinho XP and Killed, and this week I am going for the top. You guys better wait for me, and if you guys want to play FF Squad, just enjoy our game, our fantasy game of Free Fire, and play with us. Bring your teams in, because we want to see. And since we're talking about players, individual roles and what they're doing throughout the whole season, we have lots of players that we have to talk about in this season. MTS is leading the league in damage, followed by Killed, Vitinho, Kawan, Cias, and Iago, and we see a mix between experience and youth that makes this table really amazing to see, right, Carol?
Exactly. We're not surprised by MTS, Cias, Kawan, and Iago, but it's also really good to see Killed. Killed, he's a newcomer this season, Marcelo, and he is already among one of the bravest guys of all time here in LBFF. So definitely Vitinho is also doing a good job in the front line of Team Cold Solid, but these guys, we already know that we can count on them to be one of the best of the best. Cias, of course, Iago is surprising us since the past season. And this season, there is only the best of the best, Marcelo. I feel like this season, it's getting better than the last one.
And another thing that amazes me is how Cias leads Fluxo in every statistic possible. Now we're seeing the assistants throughout the season. Chinese, surprisingly, with 30 assistances, he's one of the most prolific players in Nitrox top 10, but Cias in the second place with 28. We see Iago with 26, Jubinha with Ian with 26, Jubinha with 24, Ousado with 23. Ousado, a guy who also gets lots of kills, and General repicturing that Vivo Kate from last season, where the guys did it all. They got the kills, they got the assistances, everybody did it all.
Yes, General, he's definitely one of my favorite assistants of all. And Cias, he works both jobs, right? He does the job with the assistants with his grenades, but also he's really good on the rush with Fak, right? They are playing together in a row. But the MVPs, Marcelo, right now we are seeing a different pictures of the MVPs per match. So we got MTS in the first place, Killed, Lost, R7, Cias, Gus, and probably, if not the performance of Bomb Team had dropped so drastically throughout the weekends, we could see R7 in the place of MTS right now.
And it's incredible for us to see that we got to have MTS leading in damage, leading in MVPs for each drop. And since we're talking so much about MTS, we got to stay tuned about some things about MTS.
Então, o MT é muito importante pra gente no rush, porque, pô, terceiro homem e granadeiro, então faz muita diferença quando tá o Boot e o Fênix fazendo gelo pra avançar em algum time, tá ligado? A MTS gruda no gelo, tá com a granada e do nada, matei os 4, matei 3, tá ligado?
MTS derrubou a Debizada. Temos 3 jogadores da SS. Vai tentando levantar a Debizada na parte de trás e é chuva de granada pra tentar buscar. Ele conseguiu cozinhar mais uma vez, mas o escuro do Crono protege. Mais um gelo sendo colocado. O Jubinha trabalhando uma acorde pesadíssima. A Debizada derrubada pela granada. MTS consegue carimbar 2.
Sobre o momento exato de segurar uma posição e rushar na nossa equipe, depende muito da partida, tá ligado? A gente sempre vai jogar na calma. E quando precisar rushar, fechou um pouco distante, a gente vai lá, sabe onde tem que rushar, vamos, rapaziada, divide o gelo, vê quem vai fazer a frente, MTS, faz granada. Então, pra onde tiver aqui, a gente vai, tá ligado? Então, no nosso time não tem, um cara que tem que proteger o granadeiro, o MTS, né? Ele tá um cara mais solto, tá ligado? Deixei ele mais solto na partida, tô dando uma barra pra ele. O cara vem, brigando pelo MVP, acho que 3 splits seguidos aí. Top 1, top 2, top 3, pô, tá sempre ali na briga, tá ligado? Então desde o início da LB até o final ele tá, mano, constante, tá ligado? Então, mano, ele é um jogador fora da curva, continua jogando, taca a granada mesmo, tá ligado? Enquanto tiver granada, mano, vamos continuar jogando.
Agora é CS.
And that's what Butter said. If you're confident using the grenades, just use the damn grenades, MTS, because it's been amazing to broadcast your kills with the grenades. And Butter said a lot about what I think from what I see from SS Esports, a really aggressive team that looks that gets a target and they go after that target no matter what.
Definitely, and you heard the coach. If the coach said that, you should definitely follow the coach's lead. And it is impressive to see the aggressiveness coming season after season of SS Sports, Marcelo. But we are watching the players, and I'm asking myself, are they aggressive for today?
The blanket that the guys from Amazon Crips is using, that is aggressive, that is impressive, and that is nice. But you know what else is nice?
What?
The weather up here, because they're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R7D1, heading straight to Purgatory. This is your Captain Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your bars, because it's time to drop, Carol!
Wow, Marcelo, let's drop in fights!
War is going on! Fluxo is going after TSM, and that's good for the caster to wake up the vocal cords and see us already getting the first blood of the day. Natividade also getting a kill on the players from TSM. That is a battlefield right now. That is a field of war, as we see Team Solomid getting sandwiched by Fluxo and by the Netshoes Miners, and with the information that Netshoes Miners are also right there by the Fire Brigade, Fluxo retreats to Central, retreats to the Central, and leaves that fight for TSM and Nitrox Top 10 after each one of the teams get one kill. Fluxo getting a kill with CS, and Natividade getting the kill for Netshoes Miners, Carol.
Yes, and actually I'm gonna check this right now because Fluxo team, they have been in a row going to Central. They were the favorite drop call last season as well, Marcelo. So they definitely dominated this call.
Central is Fluxo.
Central is Fluxo. That belongs to Fluxo team. But it is such about movement coming from Team Solomid. They didn't start the season so bad. They did show a great job, a great aggressiveness coming from them, but we know that sometimes it's good to retrieve, keep calm, and carry on the game to the late stages, because if you go back in the lobby right in the beginning, it is for sure that you're not going to get any points, at least for positions. But I like this feeling of already fights happening right in the first minute of the drop, Marcelo.
What impresses me, Carol, in this fight is TSM in Purgatory went 2 times for the Moat House, 2 times for Golf Course and Mount Villa, 2 times for Quarry, 1 time for Fire Brigade, and 1 time for the Golf Course by itself without going to Mount Villa. They don't usually go near Central, however, they don't have a drop call.
Yes.
They go wherever they want to go, and they face the fights however they want to face, and I'm checking.
You're talking
here.
about Fluxo team, right?
No, I'm talking about TSM.
TSM,
Yeah.
okay. Well, it depends, because TSM, in the case, I would say not only of TSM, but all the teams. They have different drop calls because of the groups. So they know that Fluxo team go exactly to the Central. And if it is a team of Group C, they definitely will change that. It's not that they don't have a permanent call, but they will study the others, their enemy territory. So if they think it is wise to go there when Fluxo team is there, okay, but personally I don't think so. They should definitely go to their other favorite drop call in Purgatory, because all the teams needed to have at least 2 options.
What impresses me, 2 things that impress me. Netshoes Miners, they usually go to Lumber Mill.
Okay.
They have Campsite and Fire Brigade as their options, their choices.
Right.
But Team Solomid, they actually don't have a drop call in Purgatory.
A favorite one so far, right?
As I said,
Okay.
Moat House, Golf Course, Quarry, Fire
Yes.
Brigade, Mount Villa, they spread.
That explains because they are a new team.
Yeah.
So they are trying new territories, right? So yes, right now they know for sure that Central or Fire Brigade, it is definitely a war
no-go.
zone.
A no-go. And as we see, Bondi going for the players of Amazon Crypt. 2 kills for them. Rigby gets 1. And 1-9 gets 1 as well. The sights from the Saitama are working, and now they are going after GG, and GL is also there trying to run and keep Amazon Crypts alive. But it's a tough job for them as GG puts down 1-9, but Level Up gets the headshot on GG and sends him down. And thank you, Level Up, you are in my FF squad. So please keep killing. We have Corinthians nearing that mount where Bondi is right now, and GL also, and Nitrox Top 10 also got the information on that fight. They were near that cliff, and they might be aware that there are teams over there, Carol.
And it is kind of sad for Amazon Crypts because they cannot connect their game this season, but I'm not talking about the whole season, but they can... Oh, Marcelo, look at that. Sears and the one player of TSM. Oh my gosh.
The last player from TSM are nearing each other.
They didn't see the player. He hid right below, down below of the house, and then didn't notice.
They didn't see
Oh,
one of the 2 remaining
look.
players. It's Napon, and now he's rotating, and he might get Fluxo from behind.
If I were him, I would definitely get some... Oh my gosh, why?
He chose not to
Yes.
kill himself. He chose to keep alive because TSM has 2 players yet.
Yes.
They have Napon and they have Brokofé,
Yeah.
so they can play the last safe zone. They can go for the last safe zone. That's what I understand. I don't know if that's the correct read, Carol. But what I understand is that Napon chose not to get the points because he knew that he would not be able to eliminate the whole Fluxo squad, and he chose to play the last safe zones. Is it right?
Yes, and actually, I'm here. I'm definitely here to watch actions coming from for the teams, but I think Napon did definitely a wise choice when they did not got a shot against Fluxo team. So that was definitely wise coming from him, because otherwise Fluxo team could engage against them, block their way through the safe zone, and that would be the end of Team Solomid in this first match. But I was talking about of Amazon Crypts specifically because they cannot have a good starting in any of the matches. They are always engaging in early fights, and that's why they cannot get to the late stages of the game. They should definitely try to change their rotation, because otherwise they will keep going to the lobby in the first place.
And when they got the patience and waited up until the end of the game, they got good results. Amazon Crypts last week had a good weekend, waiting for the end of the matches, Carol.
Yes, exactly. And also we saw a great game coming from Corinthians that were not engaged in an early fight and play on the edges.
But we may have an early fight engaging right now between Team Coda Solid and Los Grandes.
I thought he was fermentating grenades, but...
Let's see if Gus will get the right timing, and he deals a lot of damage on Quali. And now Los Grandes is trying to use that ambush to get the players from Team Coda Solid. Quality is down. MVR puts Salokio to the floor as well, and Pão will go down. There's only one player to fight for Team Coda Solid. What an amazing play by Los Grandes! MVR, Gus, and Cebolinha doing the kills with the help of Mamute. And what an amazing ambush set by Los Grandes, Carol.
Definitely a beautiful squad wipe, very clean. They waited for Team Coda Solid to start with the grenades, and they were definitely good coming from Los Grandes. They were also not having great moments here this season. MVR got 2 kills, Gus and Cebolinha got 1 each, and that was a very clean And great squad wipe over Team Cold Solid. And we were putting, at least me, were putting my expectations high on them to fight over the top. And right now, back to the lob, 0 points.
But Los Grandes, we got to keep an eye on Los Grandes because they finished last week in the 7th position ahead of Team Cold Solid. They took the surprise that Team Cold Solid was becoming from them. And look at the safe zone.
Yes.
Corinthians in the center, well positioned. Bond well positioned. Fluxo getting to a good position as well. And Amazon Grips would be amazingly positioned if they had not only GL to play for them, Carol.
Yes. The problem is to not getting positions. It is definitely the rotations. Team Cold Solid, they were doing a safe rotation, but they unfortunately faced off against Los Grandes. And you were saying about the performance of Los Grandes last week. And even without Buyas, Marcelo, the team, they have scored 69 points. And they started the day in the 7th place. And they will definitely fight for the top very soon.
Let's check out how this game will unveil itself. As we see Nitrox top 10 trying to control, trying to hold the door for the safe zone near the fields over there. And we have the top-down view from our Captain Hamilton using our chopper to show us the picture from the safe zone. As of right now, we have Fluxo taking a good positioning. We have SS Esports moving to get a good positioning. And once again, Carol, the safe zone closing to the sides of the river.
Yes, and we know that when the safe zone close to the sides of the river, most of the teams that not guarantee a good position, they will probably be penalized for their it's time for them to cross the river, because we know that once you cross the river and you die in the river, you go straight to the lobby. There is no way for your team partner to help you, to heal you from the death, but
you just drown to your death.
You're just drowned to your death, Marcelo. And we are going for the 30 safe zone, the 40 safe zone actually, and we still have the 11 teams alive, Marcelo. Purgatory already started very strong.
But now GodQ is trying to wipe out. She is there. Luiginet goes down after an amazing headshot from GodQ with the AWM. And now he's standing, and GodQ has the information that she's there is coming from their eastern side, and they might engage into a faraway fight, while Luiginet also brings his sniper rifle, this time a KAR, a car, to try to threaten the players from Fluxo. And Fluxo uses the space to call for their drops, to call for their loot boxes, to improve their weaponry. And now we are going to see where is the safe zone leading. Let's check this out. We didn't talk a lot about Vivocade in this match yet, in SS Esports as well. Let's see who will be talking right now. We'll be talking about SS Esports, Fluxo, and Netshoes Miners.
The safe zone was very tricky with most of the teams. We thought that Corinthians were well positioned and Bond team were well positioned, but right now the lucky ones are SS Esports and Fluxo team, we can say, right?
And who is in a bad place is Los Grandes.
They are rotating by car.
They're rotating by car through the gas, going to Marble Works, and they will probably face off against Team Solomid.
Yes, it is interesting to see, and we got now this new scheme, Marcelo, where we can have a better understanding of the game, and we got a circle of XD Fluxo team, where they will keep engaging against each other, right? But look who's coming right after behind. Vivocade is doing their rotation, so they might be in some trouble.
Danger, because that circle drawn there showed us the door holders for the eastern side of the safe zone, who are XD, but they will have to deal with Vivocade, they will have to deal with Nitrox top 10, they will have to deal with Bonji by their side, with Fluxo from inside of the safe zone. So bad positioning in this safe zone for XD, and as we see, Zenak goes down, and also Napon goes down, because Team Solomid The two players remaining from Team Solomita are trying to keep themselves alive, but they will not be able to. Napon goes down, but Mamute brings in and puts Ousado to the floor. Los Grandes is joining the fight. Corinthians has the upper hand with the advantage of the high ground. And meanwhile, we see also the fight between SS Esports. And look at Debzade and Angelo. She's there, tries to put Vivocate down, and also Corinthians tries to put Los Grandes down. But 3 players from Corinthians are down, and Broilo gets the last kill. Corinthians is back on the lobby, and Hydrox top 10 is as well. And Fluxo is now fighting the players from Bonji, while Los Grandes fights SS Esports. Gus, using the grenades, tries to find Jubinha. Lots of damages on Jubinha. He will use another grenade and put Jubinha down. A third grenade will send Jubinha to the last bits of health, while MVR keeps going after Butch on. He puts Butch on down. There's one more team down. It was Bonji. They went down, and SS Esports is wiped out by Los Grandes. The aggressiveness from Los Grandes is making it count. XD is still fighting Los Grandes. Brenin puts down Nando 9. And now he tries to use the grenade to finish off the player from Vivocate. Vivocate brought this fight back, and now there's only one to fight for XD. It's Brenin. He's the last player remaining for XD. That God will help Nando 9. Vivocate still have the players to fight a better fight than XD. The grenades are coming in! That God, your goal, be my man! He gets the grenade and sends XD back to the lobby, but now Vivocate is in a predicament because they need to go inside of the safe zone against Fluxo, and they will not do it. Fuck gets 2 kills. Amazon Crips gets wiped out because Japa BKR also got his kill. And now we have 4 teams still on the fight. Natividade puts Gus to the floor and sends him back to the lobby. Netshoes Miners is trying to enter this battle as well in the late stages of the game. TSM gets finally eliminated because Brokofé went down for the gas. Good job by Brokofé keeping TSM alive up until the 4th position. And as we see, Netshoes Miners tries to enter the safe zone, but now they have to deal with Fluxo and Los Grandes. Got kill. He has the AWM, and he puts Cebolinha down! What an incredible headshot by Godkill! Mamute puts Japa BKR down, and Godkill will use Cebolinha as a bait to find the last players. Now he knows that they are all inside of the ice. He had the opportunity to shoot for Mamute, but Cebolinha brings it back! Amazing job from Cebolinha putting Godkill down! And now Mamute is rotating, but he might find himself in a problem with the players from Netshoes Miners. Broilo using the sniper. He sends a lot of damage to CSS over there. His rear end was damaged. And now we see the players from Netshoes Miners trying to find the last shots over there. Broilo is still trying to get to CS. The grenades are coming in, a rain of grenades going after the players of Netshoes Miners. CS! He gets the first player down. It was Natividade, and once again the grenade from CS sends Natividade to the lobby. Field, he takes a lot of damage, and Heek is trying to trample the players from Fluxo, but fuck, went for the rush. He wants to get the kill, but Field sends him down. Cebolinha puts CS down as well. Japa BKR gets a kill on Rick. And now Los Grandes is having the time to climb the hills. Godkill get the kill on Broilo and sends Netshoes Miners back to the lobby. CS uses the grenades and puts MVR down. But CS will go down once again by a great job by Cebolinha! Triple kill by Cebolinha! There's only 2 players to fight for Fluxo. Mamute is holding the players while Cebolinha brings MVR back to the play. Godkill got the takedown on Mamute, and now it's a 2-on-2, a clear fight to start the day. Godkill and Japa BKR going for the players of Los Grandes. MVR and Cebolinha holding. Godkill gets the takedown and finish off on Mamute. The safe zone is closing, and it's a booyah! Los Grandes! What an incredible and amazing aggressive game by Los Grandes in Purgatory. Gus sends out the heart. Cebolinha, my man, can you close the map? Yes, you can. Amazing job by the players from Los Grandes, Carol.
Amazing job by the players of Los Grandes, and with an amazing booyah, not an ordinary booyah, but a booyah with 12 kills. 12 points for the Buia position, Marcelo. 24 points to starting the day on the bag of Los Grandes. They started the day very good with the right foot, but we gotta talk about our top 3 of this last match. Was a strong top 3. First place, Los Grandes. Second one, Fluxo team with 9 kills, and Netshoes Miners. If Netshoes Miners had a bad start this
because
season,
I have got Dark Black as
I
my
noticed. If Netshoes Miners had a bad start this season, Marcelo, they can now breathe a little more because they are starting connecting their game.
And they're starting connecting their game, and as we are going to see, we will have the confirmation on the points for this table. But it's impressive from Los Grandes. They got 24 points in this drop, and they will go ahead of Loud, who was in the 3rd position to start the day. Fluxo will also be going above Loud, and maybe we will have Los Grandes in the 4th position to start the day, Carol.
Leaving the 7th place all the way to the 4th position. We are going to check that in our standings, but doing the math, they are definitely looking very strong with 24 more points for them in the table. Fluxo team coming right behind with 18 more points, and Netshoes Miners in the 3rd place with 13 points, followed by Vivocado, of course, 9 more points. Amazon Creeps, even though they had a bad start, DL hold the game, took the game until the late stage, who hold a great position for them. In the other hand, Team Coda Solid, which started being one of the most talked teams, now down to 0 points. Corinthians, we saw Corinthians with the whole squad and going all direct to the lob. Marcelo Nitrox in the 10th position, SS Sports in the 8th one, Team Solomid and She's Day in the 7th and the 8th position. We already start with the different things going on. Teams that we always started the day bringing the best of the information, pointed out that the best teams, the average ones, and definitely the average ones were of last weekend was Los Grandes and Netshoes Miners. They were not so good and not so bad, but they are already starting being very good.
But you know who is in a bad position right now?
Who?
Corinthians. They just left the top 12. We're going to check the standings for you guys to understand what's going on. Fluxo reaching the 2nd place, Los Grandes reaching the 4th position.
Nice.
Corinthians is out of the top 12. A team that dominated Season 5 is now outside of top 12. Netshoes Miners rising to the 10th position. They started the day in the 13th position. Now, with that good match, they got to the 10th position, Carol.
Yes, and also there is no much changes in our tables, if not because of Netshoes Miners. Vivocado, of course, Los Grandes and Fluxo team, they got ahead in their positions in our table. Unfortunately, like you said, Corinthians, it's now in the 4th position. But Marcelo, we know this is just the first match of the day. We saw the Fluxo team, they started on Sunday with a Buia, and then their performance dropped out drastically. They didn't have a good day at all on Sunday, and they are starting again in a great position today in the 2nd place with 18 more points, reaching the 2nd place. But we can expect different things to happen here also today.
And we are seeing different teams. The only team that is not that different that we're seeing on the top is Fluxo. We've seen Fluxo dominate the first weeks. They lost their position to before to drop on last weekend, but they're still fighting for the top, right?
Yes, exactly. And like you said, it is a different scenario for us this season to see before drop. Also, Los Grandes, even though Los Grandes were in weekends in a row in our top last season, they are also having some troubles to connect the game, but right now they are back in again. The boys are back, right, Marcelo?
The boys are back and they are coming for the top once again, Carol. And as we see, there is magic in this new Los Grandes squad.
Definitely. With the entrance of Cebolinha, MVR, helping us and Mamute in the squad, they are definitely doing a good job, even though they took some time to adapt themselves of each other's games. Right now seems the right time.
the right time as well for us to hydrate. So let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. Right from the bridge, as we see Nitrox top 10 trying to go over the players from Hell. Romeo puts VM7 to the ground, and there are lots of players from LBFF squad happy right now because Romeo is getting the kills, and Chinese! The double grenade from Chinese puts 2 players down. Fon tries to bring it back, but Real is sent back to the lobby. And my man, Chinese those grenades! We are back live, and also are those guys back live, and they're getting ready, they're getting comfy, Carol, because our plane is quite almost ready, but we still have to prepare because Kalahari is hot. Kalahari with those guys is flaming.
And who's also prepared themselves right now, it is Bond Team. They are looking, they are watching again the last match of Purgatory, and we see that coming from Furia last season, and I think it is very good to watch them because they are going to play 5 more matches against all these teams they are here today, so it is wise of them to try to figure out their strategy, even though map by map are different.
And of course, they are watching the international broadcast with Marcelo Ferrantini and Carol Bombshell.
I hope so.
My hugs for you guys from Bondi watching us. And we see Amazon Crips, Fluxo, Los Grandes, Netshoes, Miners, and SS Esports and X there. And in their gaming houses, we see Fluxo and SS Esports with a beautiful gaming house. Right now, we can see that it's a great background that we have there, and a good background also from Bondi, and the head from 19 that is cut. But you know what else is cut?
What?
Your ticket to fly, because we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R7D2 heading straight to Kalahari. This is your captain Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side my co-pilot Carol Bombshell invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, cause it's time. It's time to drop, Carol!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the hottest map of LBFF. We are heading ourselves to Kalahari. We know here what's most important. It is to get a good position in the high grounds and your snipe ready to fight, Marcelo.
Let's check out which players will bring a different view with more sniper rifles and maybe more damage coming in against the players taking the refinery. You see Nitrox top 10 going for the refinery because they know before it's not in the game, Carol.
Yeah, exactly. We saw that Nitrox top 10, they it is like we were talking about in the first map, that all of the teams have 2 options, sometimes more than 2 options per map, and Nitrox top 10 adopt that when before is not in the game. So I think they are right. Refinery is one of the best calls of Kalahari, with the best high view, great loot, great
And they already got a kill.
And they already got a kill.
They killed Fuck.
Wow.
J8CZ got the kill on Fuck.
That tricky airplane rotation that you did, Marcelo, that bad for Fluxo team.
I am always up for the, as we call here in Brazil, zoeira. For the mess. I am also down for the mess. And now we see Bondi having to deal with they're coming after the players in playground. R7 goes down, and playground is all there. And as we've been saying throughout the weeks, Carol, when there has the time to prepare for the fights, they do it really well. Their problem is when they find themselves in fights that they did not predict.
Yes, exactly. And they are actually, I don't think they really come very ready for when there is other teams around them. They focus only in one team, and they took their attention to that team, and we gotta know that they gotta know that in this game there is players ahead of you, behind of you, on your left, on your right side, so it is good for them to always keep attention and at least divide this skills with all the players in their squad.
Almost like Joel Santana would say, from the middle, from behind. Very, very good Chief Pinar. However, XD, when they get the time to see the teams that are fighting and prepare for the fight, they do well. And a team that does well in Kalahari is Netshoes Miners and SS Esports. We had SS Esports last season with not such a nice Kalahari map throughout the season, but they entered Season 6 with that change that made Kalahari one of their best maps.
Yes, exactly. That definitely made Kalahari one of the best maps and made them definitely strong. They're getting at least all of most of their points in Kalahari map. But we gotta point it out again that Los Grandes, they started very good, but we know that the curse of the Booyah that can bring them, and they are stepping on bone territory.
And they are also doing well in Kalahari, and now they are going for Bonji, and Bonji has only 3 players. We had R7 going down for the players of XD, and now Los Grandes is trying to use the aggressiveness to get the players from Bonji. We have Level Up trying to deal with those players. We see Gus over there rotating Cebolinha, going down the hill, and 1-9 is ready. 1-9 is ready, and he puts 2 players down. Gus and MVR are down. Mamute brings it back with a nice headshot, but now it's a 2 versus 2 fight, and Level Up is trying to rotate. He's going to climb down the hill as Rigby comes in to try to take the players from Los Grandes, and Cebolinha will go down. There's only Mamute to fight for Los Grandes. Gus was helped by Mamute, now he's fighting as well. He puts Level Up down. 1-9 finishes off MVR. 1-9 still down. Only Rigby to fight for Bonji. He tries to get the kill, but now Gus and Mamute are in a better position. The grenades are coming in. Rigby trying to climb the ladder, but he will not be able to.
Goodness.
Gus with the grenade sends Bonji all the way back to the lobby in the 12th position, Carol.
Oh my goodness, Marcelo, what's going on here today with Los Grandes? Even though they are now down to 2, they still looking very strong.
Still looking very strong, and Netshoes Miners also looking strong against XD right now, but they lost an important player in field, and XD has the numbers advantage. Let's see if Debzada will make it. Luignet puts Broilo down, and he will finish off the second player from Netshoes Miners. Good start from XD in this match. Already 3 kills for them. They're going after Rick. Rick tries to heal himself, he uses the axe, but he will be trampled by Brenin. Natividade puts Butch on down, but now Brenin is sending the Netshoes Miners back to the lobby, but now SS Esports is joining that fight. We see XD having to deal with the players from SS Esports below the wooden bridge. And XD will take their spaces inside of the houses and wait for SS Esports to come. That is a dubious decision, Carol.
Yes, actually, I would say it is kind of good and kind of bad for XD, because right now they have to heal themselves to be prepared for another fight. If they can get into this fight correct, they will get 4 more kills for themselves, Marcelo. But we know that SS Sports is very aggressive, and they will come to contest the place of XD.
And MTS is now using the ice to advance. And as we see, Angelo is getting ready for that fight. Once again, XD trying to play the studied fight, and now Angelo is siding the players from SS Esports. Good job by Angelo now taking sides and rotating, using the spot to keep Xde inside of the house. Intelligent play now by the players from Xde as Debzada tries to get the shots, and the grenades are coming in! MTS, you're just ridiculous! Debzada uses the ice, but Angelo is already down. Debzada is dealing with MTS. Phoenix and But-On were sent down. Jubinha helped both players, while MTS still tries to rotate. He tries to get the shots and deals a lot of damage to Debzada, who will go out in face of Vivocade. She will not be able to rotate because Vivocade is there to take names. And this fight is still going on the Northrop Playground. We have SS Esports now having to deal with Vivocade. They are aware of the presence from the players of Vivocade, while that guy tries to use the grenades to take players out of position and to get the better positioning in this fight against SS Esports, Carol.
Yes, exactly. And actually, coming back for Xde real quick, they had the piece of cake in their hands and they didn't handle the pressure of SS Sports, but SS Sports were in the same position. It was 4 against 4, Marcelo. And unfortunately, the last player, Debzada, like you said, were wiped out of Vivocade. This time, I will cut them some slack because they were in danger, trying to run away of SS Sports, and they face off with Vivocade. And right now, we are going to watch a fight of Lions. 2 teams very strong this season and the past seasons as well.
Let's see how Vivocade fares off against SS Esports right now as Phoenix closes the door with the ice. And that guy tries to use the grenades to damage the players over there. He tries to go for MTS. MTS goes back to inside of the house, and now that guy got the information. Now he can go after the players inside of the house as he sees Jubinha, but But-On, the big dog, puts him down. Modestia brings it back, and on the line puts MTS to sleep as well. 2 players still to fight for SS Esports. Vivocade brought back the 2 players that were down. General still down, but that guy goes for Phoenix, and SS Esports is down. Vitin Xp just killed himself with the grenades. As we see Fluxo going after this fight in against Vivocade. Playground is now not a playground, it's a battleground. As we see Fluxo now retreating. Finally some breather in Playground, Carol, because it was like 5 fights in a row.
Yes, we were here so excited to watch this fight as a Sports, Vivocade, and Marcelo. If Fluxo team engaged into this fight, they probably have won against Vivocade. They were in a better position, and right now they were going to block the way of Vivocade.
Let's see how Fluxo will behave, but now we have to see as well how Amazon Crips will behave. Dealing with the safe zone movement, they have to rotate. They're taking damage. DG is taking lots of damage over there. He will go play with Salis, with Master and GL. Now they're rotating inside of the safe zone and inside of a good spot. Since they have the cover from the houses, they can get a little breather over there because they were not only being damaged by the safe zone, but also from another teams. And as we see Nitrox top 10 going after the players from Team Solo Mid, we have Rush leading the charge for Team Solo Mid. And once again, we see the rotations, Carol. Now it's an important moment for the rotations as we reach 11 minutes in the game.
11 minutes in the game, and so many things already happened. Fights that we were very excited to watch on the day-to-day. Vivocade against SS Sports. Xde, who started being one of good debutants teams here this season, already engaged into fights where they won, but right now going back to the lobby by the hands of SS Sports, and then Fluxo team coming to engage against Vivocade. So a lot of fights that we were so much excited to watch, Marcelo. So many things happened already in Kalahari, and Purgatory started the same way. Even though they took to the late stages of the game, we already saw a lot of early fights.
And Chinese early putting Vini down to the ground. And he gets time over there to rethink his actions in this fight against Team Solo Mid. It's now a stare down, a standoff between those 2 teams. And J8CZ is looking to break that stare down, going for the players of Team Solo Mid all by himself. Well, Amazon Crips tries to send down Team Coda Solid. But J8CZ has a bow. He's far away from the players, and Vini XL will punish that. He sends him down with a grenade. And now Team Solomid has the space to go after the players from Nitrox Top 10. It seemed to me a poor play by J8CZ trying to climb the hill all by himself. And now we have the grenades from Shinase trying to save Nitrox Top 10. Over there, he gets the takedown on Vini. But Vini finishes off J8CZ by the usage of the safe zone, and Head will get the kill on the player from Team Solomid, and Rush puts him down. Once again, Shinase with the grenades. He gets the confirmation of the kill on Head, and he goes for more grenades trying to find Brokov over there. And now he knows that Napon is coming after him with blood in his eyes, and Rush is also coming over. Napon rotating, he gets the sight on Shinase, and he goes for the kill, and he sends Nitrox Top 10 all the way back to the lobby. Team Solomid getting amazing 4 kills for them. And as we see right now, Amazon Creeps joining the safe zone, as we see Team Solomid also joining at the same position, and they might engage. While is it? Kill goes down because Ousado! He is Ousado indeed! He's a daredevil going for the shots on the players from Fluxo. Got killed, will have to be helped over there, and now he can bait the players from Fluxo with the sniper rifle. Ousado trying to break the ice. He also spots a few players up the hills, and now we're reaching the 14-minute mark. While Team Solomid also fights the Amazon Creeps, but Vivocade is coming from behind of Corinthians. They might help Fluxo remain alive. Let's see this fight between Corinthians and Vivocade. Vivocade with only 3 players, but Nine is from afar, playing from afar. 2 players leading the rush. It's Modestia and General. Grenades are coming in. Team Solomid gets wiped out. Amazing job by Amazon Creeps. Jello, he tries to go for the players of Los Grandes. It becomes a mess. Ousado goes for the UMP and puts the player down. He sends Los Grandes back to the lobby, but now Vivocade has a better positioning. Zenak goes to the floor. Corinthians coming back with the team that made them so dangerous last season. Let's see how they will fare off in this moment. A quadra kill by Modestia now puts Vivocade in a good positioning. We have Amazon Creeps going after Fluxo, going for the fight against Fluxo. GG and GL leading the charge. GL uses the ice to protect himself. Now he goes for the tree. Master using the grenades, trying to find the shots. GL puts CS down. Master puts Scott kill down. And Corinthians is wiped out, while Fluxo will be wiped out as well. Amazon Creeps going for the fight. 8 kills. Now they eliminate Japa BKR. The top 2 is Vivocade and Amazon Creeps. The history can be written. The Amazonians can get the first booyah of their history in Serie A. Master, he tries to rotate. Nando 9 sends him down with the amazing shots from the AWM. GL trying to use the ice, trying to reposition. He knows he has players from Vivocade over there. He puts Nando 9 down, but Modestia brings it back. The players from Vivocade are exposed for Amazon Creeps as well. So it's a boo! Yeah, Vivocade! The champions are back, Carol!
The champions are back, Marcelo, and once again we are watching a great booyah, not an ordinary booyah again. 12 points for kills, 12 points for position, an amount of 24 points on the baggage of Vivocade, Marcelo. Them that in the first map in Purgatory finished in the 5th position. Right now they connected their best game and got their first booyah. Once again, we gotta point it out, our top 3 bringing Amazon Creeps in the 2nd position. Them that got almost, they hit the goalpost again. Like last like the last matches in the last weekend, they were almost getting the booyah. At some point they will get a booyah, but congratulations to Vivocade. They got the second booyah here this season, actually the first one in Kalahari, and Fluxo team is keeping a great balance, Marcelo. Getting the fights into the late stages of the game, getting a good position, and they are very smart because even though with the small points, they will keep going,
climbing the
ladders for the first position.
2 top 3 finishes for Fluxo to start the day, but look at Modestia. 7 kills for Modestia. Amazing game by the Amazon Creeps. 18 points, getting closer and closer to the first booyah of their history. Los Grandes once again in the top 4 with 9 points. Team Solomid surviving to get 5 points. And Corinthians with 8 points. Corinthians, that was such an imposing team in Kalahari last season. This season, a little disappointing, but good 8 points for them in this matchup. And we'll be going for the second half of the table soon enough, but Carol, this messes up a little bit with our tables once again, as we see SS Esports 5 points, Coda Solid 5 points, Nitrox 5 points, XD 5 points, Bonde 2, and the Kala Miners with no points.
Yes, the Kala Miners should be the one of the best teams in Kalahari right now, down to 0 points. Bonde team. Actually, I'm gonna turn my attention to Bonde team right now. Them that had an amazing start this season. The first weekend, they closed the first weekend with 76 points. And when we check our weekends, the other weekends, we see how their performance have dropped out drastically, Marcelo. And that were like a lot coming from Bone team, a team that got amazing players that were on the highlights of the kill leaders. Among the kill leaders, 3 of them. And right now having this performance dropping so badly, that's a big deal.
And it shows on the standings because Bonde is losing positions like crazy. They're now in the 9th position and Vivocade is just 1 point behind them. Team Solomid is 14 points behind them. We have Nitrox top 10 going after them. We have Netshoes Miners going after them. Corinthians going after them. Now Amazon Creeps is starting to go after them. And on the other side of the table, we have Los Grandes going after Fluxo. Going after before Los Grandes is in the top 3, Carol.
Amazing, Los Grandes reaching the top 3 right now. Also, they were one of the best teams in Kalahari, so that's a position that we could expect from them in Kalahari. But once again, coming back from Bond, I just want to share this quickly information. First weekend, 76 points. And then 47, 43, 28, and that will keep happening, Marcelo. Today they are not starting good as well. They will keep dropping out in our table, and we are going to head to Bermuda, where is the worst map for them. So great expectations for Vivocade, that since the second booyah of last weekend, they are coming back for the game. The boys definitely are back. Los Grandes are showing a great performance here today. They are a couple points behind our Fluxo team, and we are having a different scenario that I was actually expecting. I was not ready to see Los Grandes fighting for the top 3. I was putting my expectations on SS Esports and Team Coda Solid, but I'm liking what I'm seeing right now.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Amazon Creeps. Already 26 points for them in 2 maps, an average of 13 points per map. A team that was not getting lots and lots of points, now getting the points that they deserve. But we also deserve some things, Carol.
What is that?
Water. We need to hydrate to bring you guys Bermuda and then Purgatory, Kalahari, and Bermuda once again. We'll be right back.
Before have the advantage of that, and Fluxo team did right to retrieve, but Marcelo!
Running! Running! What a grenade! She's there, can now wipe out the whole squad of Fluxo. 3 players were sent down with 1 grenade from Brenin.
My God.
Surprisingly, he does it again! He does it again! Angelo comes in the rush. Only Fuck to fight for Fluxo. What a surprise coming from the newcomers. She's there, is wiping out the whole Fluxo squad. They got no respect for the elders. Fuck is down, and Angelo brings him down. She's there, wipes out the whole squad from Flux without a single casualty. What a job by Brenin, Carol! We are back live. Those guys are back live. Carol is back live. And we are heading to Bermuda, the third map of the day. And we know that Bermuda changes the picture a little as we reach those maps, Carol.
Yeah, so I'm just looking over here to see who is the best one in Bermuda. And I'm pretty much sure it is B4 that is not playing today, but Esports comes in the second place, Fluxo team in the fifth place. We already saw great booyahs coming from Fluxo team in the Bermuda map. So let's focus on our eyes right now also to the booyah winners of today. We got Vivocade right now, the first one, Los Grandes. So let's see what these guys will bring for us in Bermuda, which it is the most traditional map, right, in LBFF.
I'll be taking a look towards Sentosa and Cotatua. We know that the fight between Amazon Creeps and Netshoes Miners is always happening in Sentosa, but I am going to see it from the top down because we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R7D3 heading straight to Bermuda. This is your captain, myself, Fiorentino, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Carol!
So let's definitely drop in Bermuda, the most loved one by the players, Marcelo. And today, Netshoes Miners and Amazon Creepers, both of them, Creeps, both of them decided not to go to Sentosa. They went to a close call of each other. They went Netshoes Miners in Hangar, which is one of their options, of course, and surprisingly, Amazon Creeps in Village. But as one of our team are pointed out, Team Solomid might be in a sandwich against XD and Los Grandes.
Let's see if Team Solomid will get a moment of rest as we see XD going for Catolishua and not staying on the observatory over there. We see Debzada going as well. Now Brenin will take the pad as well. And the screen is pointing out that Sentosa is clear and Corinthians is going for Sentosa after dropping.
That's why Amazon Creeps and Netshoes Miners did not decide to go because Corinthians is playing. And if Fluxo team dominates in Purgatory Central, Corinthians dominated Sentosa. So they are respecting Corinthians drop call, and I like that. But Amazon Creeps is a new team. They are learning. They know that Netshoes Miners also didn't have the dominance over Sentosa, but they know about Corinthians, and that's why they keep fighting against Netshoes Miners and not Corinthians. Because Corinthians is more... They know Sentosa, right? But great
and
stuff.
they don't drop in Sentosa.
Yes, they didn't not. But great stuff to watching this kind of different strategy come from Amazon Creeps, Netshoes Miners, and Corinthians.
Well, let's see if the different strategies will now help XD as they go for one of the sensations of the day, who is Los Grandes, a team that had a booyah, had a good ending in Kalahari, Let's see if she's there. We'll go for the attack, Carol.
And look at that. We were talking about Corinthians, and 45% of their points were get in Bermuda. So at least 80 out of 175 that they start this weekend, 80 points, 80 of their 175 were getting in Bermuda. So let's see if they will also bring in a good game today in Bermuda map.
And Team Corasoli bringing a change back, coming in for a Lokio. And that is the team that we've seen have the most danger coming from Team Corasoli, right, Carol?
That's the traditional squad that Team Corasoli had since the last season. Quali, Pão, Vitinho, and Peck. So in this, guys, we trust for a good game. Let's see right now if they can build up a better game, at least in Bermuda, because there's still more 3 matches to come after this one, and there is a long way for them to pursue to get in the first place of our table.
And now they're rotating near Cape Town over there, trying to find a safe rotation because they were twice involved in fights that they didn't want to get involved, Carol.
Yes, and starting this weekend, we had high expectations about Loud. Of course, there's coming to play tomorrow, and I will tell you right after this.
As you see, Nitrox top 10 using the top-down advantage of Bimazak to get some shots on the players from Bonji. 1-9 is in the fight. He tries to go for the fight against Nitrox. Rigby is leading the charge. R7 retreats and James as he comes with the ball. He puts 1-9 down. Now he is side by head there, rushing home. He puts level up down, and Bonji will bring it back with R7. An amazing grenade by R7 saving. He gets the third takedown. And now there's only Shinez to fight for Nitrox up 10. What a comeback by R7. Shinez uses the grenade to protect himself, and he tries to run. He uses the ice, and now 1-9 goes after him. 1-9 goes down, and Shinez will go down. R7 gets the quadra kill. Quadra kill for R7, saving Bonji and saving every player on the team. Bonji will leave this fight with all the players and the quadra kill in the hands of R7, Carol.
Because of R7, Marcelo, well pointed out, R7 had an amazing performance right now.
And as Kelly Clarkson would say, because of you.
Because of you, R7. You saved the day for Bond team, Marcelo. And Bond team didn't start with the regular squad level up. Yes, level up because Rigby started in the squad and one as well. And let's see right now, even though they are not one of the best in Bermuda, let's see if they will get the their game right this time, because it is a good opportunity. And
look at CS. He puts a bullet in Phoenix's head. And now he's waiting for the players to come to help Phoenix. But on and MTS chose to attack CS, while Jubinha helps Phoenix.
And even though R7, Bond team is not the best team in Bermuda map, R7, he belonged to before last season, and before is the best team.
Indeed, and now Luignet is down, and Vivocade is fighting. She's there once again. That God puts Luignet back to the lobby, and now Zada is going for the fight. Angelo is with her, Brenning with the grenade, putting 2 players down, General and that God. And now Nando goes down as well, but Bond is getting to the fight, and they are saving Vivocade. R7 is in a killing spree. Brenning finishes off that God. R7 puts Zada down, and he is doing it all. R7 is doing it all. Sided by level up and 9. Los Grandes also coming for the fight. Shiz Day is already down and back on the lobby. Vivocade will go down. R7 getting 1 more kill. 7 kills for him. Level up finishes off Mamuchi, but now Field is leading the Naturals Miners inside of that fight as well. He finishes off level up, and now only R7 to play for Bonji. However, he's the one who did it all throughout this whole match. So let's see if he will go for the James Bond play and kill everyone while wearing a tuxedo and hitting on a girl that he'd never seen before.
I like that, Marcelo. I really like it. Actually, that is a good fit for R7 because he's definitely saving the day. On the other hand, Mahmoud, who was started last season as the MVP, this season he's not in the highlights. He's not shining like a diamond, right?
Not shining bright like a diamond.
And Vivo Cade back in the lobby in the 10th position right after Abuya, Marcelo.
From Buya to bottom once again. And as you see the rotation from that Shoes Miners pointed out on the screen, and now who has the observatory is Team Solomid. Amazon creeps are coming from the clock tower. But Carol, I missed the opportunity to do a great joke. Not calling R7 the 007. I should have called him the double R7.
Double R7.
Yeah, I missed the opportunity.
But I like it. I like the joke. You did it quite right. And what I'm trying to see here is where the safe zone will go. Maybe we'll close to Bimazak because most of the teams are concentrating themselves in Bimazak, so we are going to have a great part of Bimazak inside of the next safe zone. And we are going to check it out the rotation of Netshoes Miners, Amazon Creeps, and Team Solomid. They are far away from to get in the center, at least of the map. So this is going to be also very interesting to see what Amazon Creeps will do this time, Marcelo, because they start bad in Purgatory, in Kalahari second position, and let's see if in Bermuda they will keep the good game.
And in Bermuda, Amazon Creeps has their best results. They have 64 points in Bermuda, and they're the 9th team on the tables in Bermuda. And now we have Netshoes Miners, the worst team in Bermuda, dealing with Team Solomid. The grenades are coming in. Apon is in the bridge, but Rush rotates and puts Natividade down. Riggs tries to bring it back. Vini XL puts him down, and now Netshoes Miners only have Broilo and Field for the fight. Team Solomid still with the 4 players standing. Let's see how Brokofet deals with Field. He knows of the presence of Field nearing the ice as Field tries to rotate, but he takes damage and he will go down. Napon will send him down. There's only Broilo to fight for Netshoes Miners, while Vini uses his eyes to rotate to find a better spot because he knows that Broilo is nearing that region, and Napon will finish off Field. Vini XL now sees the ice, and now he's sure that Broilo is over there, but Team Solomid just said, my man, you run really far, you run really fast, you deserve to stay alive. You earned it.
Definitely good news actually for Netshoes Miners that are having a good day so far, but Team Solomid are coming to punish them, and Team Solomid looking very strong, Marcelo, this season, right?
Team Solomid starting to improve what we've seen in the first week. Now they are getting to a good position, and then Netshoes Miners will go down. Rush will not forgive him. And now Netshoes Miners go down in the 9th position.
At least 2 points per kill. They can get an amount of 5 points. 4 per position, right? Sorry, yes, 9th position, 4 points in total. Not good, at least not so bad.
And now we see Corinthians trying to surprise Team Solomid on the bridge on the south of Catulishua. Now we have Gelo using the sniper rifles, trying to reposition himself. Corinthians now takes the bridge, and Team Solomid will not engage into this fight, at least right now.
Yeah, so far everything seems very fine. They are engaging these fights to get good positions in the late stages of the game. Of course, right now it is the time for rotate and get positioned to fight for over the top, over the Booyah. And that's why we are keeping watching teams meeting often. And like I said, the safe zone got a little bit of Bimazaki, but Corinthians right now have to work really hard to get through of Team Solomid. Like you said, they have been improving since the first weekend.
They are proving themselves. The newcomers are doing a good job, and now Zenak has to deal with Rush, who is breaking the ice as every dude just want to do on the nightclubs. And now we see finally she's there, going for the fight with Vini XL leading the charge. He knows that Hazuri is nearing him. Brokofé is also rotating to get a good positioning. And I'll always call him Brokofé no matter what you say.
It is his name, though.
It is his name, and MVR sends Bonji back to the lobby, but now TSM is engaging against Corinthians. Gelo puts Napon back to the lobby. And now Vini XL will be trampled by Hazur, but Rush will bring it back. Hazur gets the kill on Vini XL. Only 2 players to fight for Team Solomid. Corinthians with a good battle. Brokofé using the ice to remain alive, but he will not remain for a long time. Mozado puts Rush down, and there's only Brokofé. He will go down. Team Solomid gets wiped out by Corinthians. In 14 minutes of play, 6 teams are already back on the lobby. Let's see a larger safe zone. What we'll do? Godkill puts Butch onto the floor, and we see Team Coda Solid rotating and going after the players from Los Grandes.
In Bermuda, the fights took a little longer to happen, right?
Yeah, it took a little longer, and now we have still 6 teams to fight. Vichin XP puts Cebolinha down. There's grenades coming in. Pack will go for the player of Los Grandes, and Pão will send MVR down. Pão finishes off, but Gus brings it back, and Pack, even if Pack was down, now Quali brings it back, and Team Coda Solid gets the wipeout on Los Grandes. And as we see, this region of the safe zone is getting dangerous with Team Coda Solid, with Fluxo and Corinthians nearing each other. Gelo, he tries to rotate, uses the grenade to break the ice, but he will be trampled by Pão. Vichin XP puts Hazur down. Good job by Vichin. He gets another kill on Pão. With Pão, aliás, by the way. And as you see, Vichin XP putting the grenade down. And if you guys don't know, aliás means by the way in Portuguese, because we're a multilingual broadcast. And who is also multilingual is Team Coda Solid. They speak Portuguese and killing. Vichin XP gets 3 kills, and now they have to climb the hills, but Fluxo is going down after them. We see that the safe zone close to the south of Bimazaki, and Carol, this is dangerous.
That is very dangerous, Marcelo. But look at Amazon Crypts. Well positioned, and Marcelo. Still alive and well positioned in the safe zone. They are in the middle. They are controlling it, but they have to deal with Team Coda Solid and Fluxo team and SS Sports. That's a hard mission.
Amazon Crypts playing the BG strategy, just staying alive.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
But now Team Coda Solid have to deal with Fluxo. Quali is fighting, and as we see, Amazon Crypts are also fighting against Fluxo. Godkill puts Vichin XP down. He's doing an incredible job with the AWM, playing as the sniper for this Fluxo squad. And as we see, Cias is in a predicament, using the antenna to survive. SS Sports still rotating. That left some space for Amazon Crypts, but MTS is using the grenade launcher, and he already sent 2 players down. Godkill puts Phoenix down with the AWM shot once again, doing a good job with the snipers. MTS tries to rotate. He goes for the shot on Japa BKR, and CS nearing the antenna. Japa rotated. The grenade launcher puts Japa BKR down. And Fluxo still getting the fight. They will go down. MTS with the grenade launcher, doing a good job in keeping SS Sports alive. Amazon Crypts still fighting now against Team Coda Solid. Salis and Master are on the floor. Pack is on the floor as well. Quali puts Salis back to the lobby. SS Sports will join this battle with a grenade launcher shot from MTS. He found an amazing shot! Vichin XP Quali tries to bring Team Coda Solid back to the fight. They got 11 kills. SS Sports is on the run. Phoenix puts Pão down. Vichin XP brings it back. Butch on is down. MTS with the grenade launcher, making it rain. He has the quadra kill, and he has a triple kill, and Vichin XP has the quadra. Let's see how MTS will go after the players from Amazon Crypts. There's only GG alive. The grenades are coming in, and damage on GG, but he uses the pipe to protect himself. They have to deal with Vichin from one side and GG from the other. MTS dominating the game. He sends the grenade in. Vitinho XP takes damage. He uses another grenade! Oh my god, the IQ on MTS! Now it's easy! It's a booyah! It's Esports! Carol, as I said, the IQ on MTS! He used the grenade to the side, forced Vitinho XP to rotate to the other side of the antenna, and he went exactly where he should have gone to get the kill, and to force DG, who was locked inside of the pipe, to surrender himself to the safe zone and get the booyah to SS Esports, Carol.
Nice booyah come from SS Sports, their second one in Bermuda, Marcelo,
And
actually.
that grenade launcher shot from one side of the safe zone to the other. Oh my god, MTS!
That was amazing, and this time we didn't have only a fight for the booyah, but a fight over the kill leaders, Vitinho and MTS. Vitinho got an amazing quadra kill, but MTS were dominating with the grenade launcher on his hands. That was amazing, Marcelo. I really enjoyed to watch this as SS Sports booyah, but we gotta point it out again. Once our top three, Team Cold Solid, they went in the third place with Vitinho as their last player, but they got 12 kills, 20 points. SS Sports, we are going to check the confirmation right now. SS Sports in the second place, right behind of the 20 points of Team Cold Solid, 18 points for them. Bond team can breathe a little bit, right, in the third place, even though they went back to the lobby in the 8th position, Marcelo, because of the low points. Yes, because of the low points of the other teams for positions and for kills. Bond team got right in front of a lot of other teams, and I'm really enjoying to watch the game of Amazon Creeps, Marcelo. They are doing it right this time.
Playing the BG strategy, just staying alive, while we see Corinthians in the 5th position, and Los Grandes once again on the top of the standings in the 6th position. Poor game by Nitrox Top 10. They took a comeback from R7 that they could not have taken, but they're sent back to the lobby in the 12th position. She's there now, getting threatened.
Look how calculated it is, the grenades of MTS. First of all, he threw a grenade launcher to check the right position of Vitinho. When he saw he was not in the left side, he fermented his grenade and threw to Vitinho, getting a lot of damage on him, and the final grenade to get the kill over him. That's a player. That's a player, not less to say.
The IQ on that man, Carol. The
That's
IQ
amazing.
on that man is just incredible, and we got to check our IQs to see if we were correct with our predictions for the standings that will be coming on the screen for you guys to check this out. Fluxo time before in the leadership, and SS Sports is making their run for Los Grandes' 3rd position, Carol.
Yes, Los Grandes with 10 points away of Fluxo team. They are getting also more kill points than Fluxo team, Marcelo. 120 for them, 104 for Fluxo team. They are only behind also of the Booyahs. If they get one more Booyah, and in case of a tie break, they will be in a tie with Fluxo team. Great stuff happening for SS Sports as well with those last Booyah. Team Cold Solid in the same position, but they will probably finish the day inside of the top 12. And Corinthians coming back inside of the top 12. Talking about that, also Netshoes Miners left the 14th position, and Nitrox Top 10 not having a good day at all, Marcelo. But even though we already have set our 3 Booyahs of the 3 first matches, Los Grandes, SS Sports right now, and Vivocade, and a lot more stuff's to happen in the next 3 matches.
We still have 3 matches coming in for you guys to watch. Netshoes Miners trying to make a run for the 12th position. They lost it to Corinthians. Corinthians is back on the top 12. Important for us to say. Bond in the 9th position, still holding on to that 9th position with their claws, but Team Cold Solid now starts to breathe, and we have this top 8 that is getting kind of close to each other, and the season is getting messy. I'm liking what I'm seeing in the season, because it seems that it's getting like a a real mess, Carol.
Yes, a big meal, I would say. So, yes, that's a big meal, and with my plate ready to watch these guys playing, watch their best strategy, watch their best rotation, because we are watching here that players are winning for position, like Esports. Les Buya, Amazon Crips were in the right center of the table, but because FS Sports were in the top, they had the control of Team Coda Solid and Amazon Crips. But was definitely amazing watch this Buya, as were definitely amazing watch of Los Grandes and Vivo Kid as well, Marcelo. Lots of things happening, and I'm really enjoying the day today.
You're enjoying the day?
So much.
So enjoy it better, Carol, because it's time for the best moment throughout the whole weekend.
It is my favorite one.
It's your favorite one. I know it is, and it's one of my favorites as well. I like the action as well, but this moment is amazing because it makes us realize the good that we do for our community. But so, Carol, are you Free Fire?
I am Free Fire.
I am Free Fire.
Salve, rapaziada, sou Alisson Galdino, conhecido como LBFF, e eu sou Free Fire. Eu conheci o jogo através do amigo meu chamado Berlim FF. Baixei o jogo pra testar como é que era, entendeu? Porque tinha muita gente falando sobre esse jogo e eu fui gostando, jogando, gostando, jogando e gostando. Eu nasci no Rio Grande do Norte, na cidade de Natal. Eu morei lá num bairro, na favela do Decran, que era muito perigoso, não tive uma infância muito boa, né? Essa é a realidade. Quando eu era moleque, eu saía de casa pra pedir na rua, sabe? A minha mãe me colocava lá pra pedir no sinal, no semáforo. E eu saía pra pedir, a minha infância foi mais ou menos isso, sempre ajudando a minha mãe, entendeu? Tentando ajudar. O primeiro dinheiro que eu ganhei como stream, que eu faço live, né? Eu dei pra minha mãe, porque desde pequeno eu batalhava, eu trabalhava para dar alguma coisa para ela. E hoje, podendo dar algo mais através das lives, através do Free Fire, é uma coisa grandiosa, uma emoção que eu não consigo explicar. É fora do comum isso.
E eu vim te dar isso. Foi o meu primeiro pagamento que eu recebi, tá? Como stream. E eu prometi pra mim mesmo que eu ia dar pra senhora.
Ô, meu filho, chegou uma hora que eu vou comprar uma máquina pra lavar roupa. Ô, eu não quero ficar com dinheiro, dá pra você trazer a máquina já pra mim?
Não, quero não.
Ô, meu filho, aqui tem quanto, meu amor? Esse dinheiro todinho.
Sim. Foi o meu primeiro pagamento.
Meu
que eu
filho, mas
recebi.
você tá com condições de me dar esse dinheiro todinho? Ô, meu amor, muito obrigado.
O sonho da minha vida, desde moleque, dos 9 anos até hoje, é dar uma casa pra minha mãe, entendeu? Enquanto eu viver, eu vou batalhar pra tentar dar isso pra ela. Minha mãezona aqui, né, mãe?
É sim, meu filho.
Não consigo pensar conquistando uma casa pra mim, conquistando roupas pra mim, sabe? O que eu consigo pensar é só na minha família. Família daqui é a minha irmã. Ainda não caiu a ficha, sabe? É uma coisa fora do comum. Nas redes sociais, vários vídeos bombando, tipo esse agora que eu gravei já um tempo já, que foi dando o dia da minha mãe.
Meu filho, tu vinha me surpreendendo demais, cara. Eu tava nem esperando logo lá, agora, nessa data.
Foi.
Mano, isso é muito emocionante, sabe? É isso. Através do Free Fire eu conquistei muita coisa e creio que irei conquistar muita coisa ainda. Não só pra mim, mas pra minha família, que é o principal importância. E eu sou Free Fire e é tudo na minha vida. Só tenho que agradecer primeiramente a Deus. Depois é o Free Fire que vem mudando a minha vida e muitas vidas de outras pessoas também.
We have one player still remaining for B4, Carol. As you pointed out, it's Iago. He tries to survive, but he will not be able to. But he brought down one player from Team Coda Solid. Let's check out two players from Team Coda Solid, actually. Now we see the fight between Tropa and Loud, and the grenade coming in for Killet. Killet goes down and Ko1 gets one more kill, but Spill puts Will down with the double vector. He uses the ice to protect himself. Now Kronos is trying to bring this fight with the Max 7. He rotates, but Moreira puts him down, gets some points for my team in FF Squad. Now we see Kawan. He will not be held up because Spill with the double vector is doing an incredible job. 2 kills for him in this match, but Noda tries to keep Loud alive. Giga goes down. The fight is going on. Noda puts Monera down. What is he doing? Oh my god, Noda! It's Booyah! Loud! We are back live and we got an amazing moment for you guys to watch with us. We have an interview from Kawe from Metagaming for you guys to watch. And we have on the screen for you guys to understand will be the doing the and he's asking about Vitor Sal going to their house. He says that he did, and he's asking if Zika is there over there because Zika is kind of the jinx here in Brazil.
Yes, amazing.
And they say that Sal is the jinxer. You are currently in the 12th position. Metagaming is now 7th position actually. The table changes all the time. It's crazy. They started in the 7th position. They remain on the 7th position. And
yes, and Camelot is saying right now that they should definitely study their enemies around him, around them, because it is important for them to be aware of every single thing. And she's trying to Koei to have a better understanding of the game.
And he keeps an eye on the games to watch the rotations from the other teams. And to know what they will have to do on the days that he will play, he will be playing. He checks the opponents and tries to ease his lives. Their lives.
Como é que você tá, meu pitch? Seguinte, minha pergunta é simples, pai. A gente tava vendo você passando mal de dar risada.
Right now they are checking about questions about Kawe and of the person, Sahu, who is the interviewer.
And his Sahu is really funny and a nice guy. And he is a mess. He's actually a Sahu. Sahu here in Brazil is a mess.
Definitely, they are congratulations Kawe right now because he's doing a good job. But Hads is asking him right now what team he's like to provocate more after the kills and eliminations.
And he says he don't like to use the banner. He doesn't go for the taunts.
And the dog! Right now they are asking about the dog because dog is doing incredible, amazing.
And now Mais is saying that Metagaming was really aggressive, right?
Definitely. And it is a team that plays very well, but what he thinks, what is the difference between Metagame from last season to this season right now?
I think it's really what you said, Ma. The metagaming changed a lot, not the team, but the game. Between the Series B and Season 5 and 6 that influenced the rush. He went to play on the backfield and use the grenades, and they changed a lot. And what they brought, the aggressive, and that's something that is in their game style.
Deixa eu te perguntar negócio, cara.
And right now, Folha is gonna ask him what that he played Serie B. They came from Serie B. And they did definitely an amazing job in Serie B, which they were the winners. And right now, see the difference between the series, Serie A and Serie B, if he feels the heat of both series.
And Cauê says that he would not feel problems in Serie B because Metagaming is prepared and they are playing tons of drops per day. And Free Fire is more tight right now, has been in a very dispute right now. And the danger comes also from Serie B.
And right now it is time to say bye-bye to Cauê because he's definitely an amazing player for this season, and he's definitely a great highlight, a great important key for metagame that is coming to play tomorrow.
And we got to thank our partners in the Portuguese broadcast, Diego Hades Radão. My hugs, my man, kisses for you, my man. Ma Lopes, an amazing commentator, as well as Folha, incredible commentator, and Camilota is
no words for
the
Camilota.
face of Free Fire, and she's amazing.
We
thank
love
you guys. We love you, and thank you all for this amazing interview. Thanks, Cauê, as well. And I believe, Carol,
you can fly,
that we need to take a flight to thank those guys. So let's take the flight because we're clear to take off. So let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R74 heading straight to Purgatory. This is your captain, Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Carol!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Purgatory map, where the fights will start again. We are going to watch maybe a different scenario, maybe different strategy, but one thing is for sure, that Fluxo team dominated. Central Team Salomita decided to change that, and Nitrox top 10 might be in a danger against XD, Bon Team, and Corinthians. They already got a couple of shots against the one single player, Bonsai. Uh-oh, that's bad.
Bonsai is coming in to start this match for Nitrox top 10. And we have also Lumber Mill as a possible danger zone, as we saw in the first Purgatory map of the day. The Netshoes Miners, Team Solomid, and Fluxo down by the island of Central Fire Brigade and Lumber Mill. But this time it seemed to me that the Netshoes Miners opened up a little bit of space for TSM to take the Fire Brigade with no fights.
Yes, exactly. And actually, TSM, they were trying, say it.
And as we have to point out, as the Shakira crew members would say, no fighting. No fighting.
No fighting.
Shakira.
No. Oh, Marcelo.
Changes coming in on XD. Debzada is opening up some space for DZN kill and for me to bang my head on the wall because Debzada is where? Where is Debzada?
In your
on
FF
my
squad.
FF squad, indeed. And now I'm banging my head hard on the wall.
Actually, if I were you, I would choose a different player for XD in your FF squad, because this is getting very used to for them to change Debzada and Dezen kill, replace Debzada for Dezen kill. So
it's because Debzada is cheaper.
Yes, she is. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I like to give the girls a chance. And Debzada is cheaper. However, Bops is in the game, and he's in my FF squad. I was crying tears of hate, and now I'm crying tears of joy. My moment has come, Carol.
He was definitely, and he actually did a great debut last weekend, so we can trust on him to do a good job today in Corinthians team. But right now, looking at Nitrox top 10, Marcelo, they are not having glorious days so far. Today is one of the worst days, I would say.
And they bring in Bonsai in place of Head, as Carol pointed out during our airplane trip. She checked the tickets on our passengers, and she saw that Head did not board our plane, and Bonsai did. So well pointed out by Carol. And as we see, the individual kills in the map of Purgatory throughout the story of the LBFF. K1 has the most kills with 112. Loud is the team with the most kills with 513, and BL has the fastest kill with only 40 seconds. Carol.
Wow.
Nice stats.
Nice stats. Yes, I enjoy Marcelo. You know, you're more stat guys than I am. You know, but I'm getting into your vibe, and I really enjoy to have the stats in my hands. Even though we start the day having the stats, but bring this information inside of the match. It's really important to understand what is going on in each map. So we know that Loud is not playing today, but if Loud were playing today, we probably would have a dominance coming from Loud in Purgatory map, because they got booyahs in a row in this specifically map. But today we have another team that dominated Purgatory map, and I will check that right now for you guys, because it's really important to focus in teams that have better performance in Purgatory.
And maybe a better performance is not getting shot on the face, as we see right now. Team Solomid trying not to get it done by Fluxo, and got killed, gets the first blood on the player that was Napon. We see Vini XL having some trouble down near the river. Godkill is trying to break the car. That was a beautiful car. He shouldn't have done it, but he takes out the rotation, the quick rotation from Team Solomid, and now he tries to go for Brokofé, and he gets the kill. Nice kill from Godkill on Brokofé, and now Japa BKR is on the floor. Fak is rotating. He tries to get a better positioning for this fight. Only 2 players from Team Solomid to fight. We remind you, Netshoes Miners were also in that island. The island of Central, Fire Brigade. We have still Netshoes Miners in that island. Vini XL goes to the floor as well, and there's only Rush to fight for Team Solomid, and maybe the newcomers will have some trouble to keep themselves alive inside of that house, Carol.
And Marcelo, watching this fight right now of Fluxo team and Team Solomid tells me that Team Solomid needs to study a little bit more their high grounds, because they are in the middle of 2 teams, Netshoes Miners and Lumber Mill, and Fluxo team in Central. They should definitely do a quicker rotation, not waiting to engage in this fight, for example.
Or even delay the most as they could,
delay,
but not
retrieve it
engage.
to the back of the map.
And now Godkill will go down. They had the 4v1, but Godkill just went all by himself trying to get Rush, and that gives chance to Rush to at least survive in this fight. Cias is now trying to rotate with Fak by his side. Fak now has the double vector. He goes for the kill, and Cias gets the kill on the last player from TSM. And TSM is back on the lobby, Carol.
TSM is back in the lobby, like we are trying to understand their game right now, the picture of the game right now, even though they are in an amazing drop call that is Fire Brigade. Actually is one also of my favorites in Purgatory map. They need to be aware of the teams that surround them. You know, like Marcelo said, maybe they should delay a little bit, or like I said, they should leave the place faster than would not damage the rotation. And right now, Fluxo down to 3, Marcelo, because of Godkill's weird
rushed up decisions.
Exactly, rushed up decisions. Will give Netshoes Miners a better position over Fluxo team.
They have the high ground. Fluxo is on the houses near the river. The Palafits near the river. And now Natividade has their sights clear, and he has an AK-47. He has a nice car. He has a nice haircut, and he's just vibing while Fluxo has to deal with this predicament, Carol.
Yes, but if I were Nature's Miners, I wouldn't take too long to cross the river. They had the advantage to be in the bridge, so they can block the way of Fluxo team in the other side of the island in Brasilia. But I was checking before the fight starts. Bond team that is in the groups today, Bond team and Nature's Miners are the best one in Purgatory, Marcelo. Of course, Loud it is. Loud is not playing today, but Bond maybe have opportunity to do something about that and get points.
And what are Rick and Nativa doing? He took lots of damage, and now Nativa is trying to hold on to the fight. This 4v3 fight in favor of Nature's Miners. They chose to leave the high ground and go for the face-to-face confrontation.
And that's going to be very good for Nature's Miners. That it is 4 vs 3.
It's now 4 versus 2, but CS puts Rick down. Now it's a 3v2. Nature's Miners still have the advantage. They put CS down, and Fluxo will be back on the lobby after the good play by Natividade, getting the points for the Nature's Miners. But the fight is going on as well in the other side of the map, while we have Los Grandes going after the players from Nitrox Top 10. Mamute was already sent back to the lobby, and now Gus is on the floor and needs some help. Bonsai is also on the floor, but Corinthians is also engaging into this fight. Now the Nature's Miners are, the Los Grandes squad is all sandwiched, and Cebolinha has nowhere to run. He used the ice to protect himself, but he's an easy prey for the players of Corinthians, while Nitrox Top 10 uses this moment to rotate, but they lost J8CZ and Bonsai. Now Ousado gets one more kill on the players from Los Grandes, and now Corinthians will rotate to get a better positioning, Carol.
Yes, right now they precisely need to retrieve, not to engage into the fight against Los Grandes in Nitrox Top 10, especially because even though they are in number disadvantage compared to Corinthians, they are still two teams that can probably damage Corinthians team. But I don't know what's going on with Los Grandes since the last season, the past season, Marcelo. They engage into fights that they don't need to. They are in good positions, and they keep getting into fights where they will be damaged and not maybe trying to get in the late stages of the game with the full squad. That's a fight that we are used to, because this is the rotation of Nitrox Top 10, and Los Grandes is already in that space. But it's still not good for both of the teams. So one of them needs to change that.
Every time we indeed see Los Grandes and Nitrox Top 10 face each other in the middle of their rotation, and it hurts so badly both teams. Los Grandes had a great first map of Purgatory, and now they are in danger of leaving the game, of leaving this map with maybe only 3 or 4 points on their hands. And as we see, the rotation from Bonji is pointed out over there. And now Nitrox Top 10 is fighting the players from SS Esports. They didn't have to show up to a full squad, Carol. The decision making from Nitrox Top 10 today is kind of controversial, right?
Exactly, kind of controversial. And what is kind of also controversial, it is the rotation of Nature's Miners. They had the great opportunity to be already inside of the safe zone when they got a squad wipe over Fluxo team. But maybe the safe zone showing us that goes to field, we have a better understanding why they are doing this late rotation. Right now, all the teams were concentrating inside of Brasilia, and now it is the war zone when all of them are going to meet to go to fields.
And in the open field, we have to say, the battle will well, oh my god, my tongue just got twisted like mad right now. Mad things going on inside of my mouth right now with my tongue. But the battle will happen. My god, I can't say happen in the open field, Carol.
Yeah, and SS Sports got again a higher view where they might will have advantage again of the game. Not inside and not in the center, but maybe they will be a better
And
team
Field
again.
just killed Rick with a car explosion. Oh my god.
They are joking about the game today. Or, okay, I remember when I were a player.
I remember when I lost my mind.
Mine. When I were a player, maybe sometimes kind of a bugs inside of the game happen, and you have to sacrifice one of your teammates. So we don't know for sure what happened, but I will count on that because I don't think they wanted to miss Ricky at this point.
They just lost their full squad advantage
Right.
because the car just blown up. If this was just a mistake by Field, if I was the captain or the coach of this team, Nativa or maybe the coach, Field would not be playing on the next map.
The next map, yes. That's a joke. I mean, you cannot do that. This
And
is an
once
important
again,
match.
I don't know what happened. We don't know what happened.
We are just doing predictions.
We're here trying to figure out what happened. But if it was just a lack of attention or a joke, he would not be playing on my team for the next map. However, everything can happen. That might have been a bug. We don't know. Meanwhile, we have XD fighting Vivocate and Team Solid, but look at Brenin with the grenade once again, wiping out the whole Team Solid squad while the Amazon Crips are still fighting Corinthians. Salis puts Zenak down. And meanwhile, Master tries to use the M249 to get the players down from Bondi, but now Hazur, Bobs, and Osado are making it rain. Bobs gets the kill. The rotation now from Amazon Crips will be all tied up because they have to deal with Corinthians. Hazur now rotating, going for the shots on DL. And now there's only GG to fight for the Amazon Crips. Salis will go down as well.
Triple kill.
Hazur getting the triple kill. 2 on Osado, 1 on Bobs. And now Natividade will get the last kill, and Hazur will put down GG. Now only 7 teams still remaining while Corinthians tries to rotate with the help of Bob. 7 kills on Corinthians. Triple kill from MTS to get Vivocate all down. But Jubin and Butch on are also down, and MTS will have to use his time to heal his partners for this fight. Bobs gets the triple kill on the players from Nitrox top 10, and now SS Esports goes down because Angelo came for the fight. And now XD is going after Corinthians. 6 kills for XD. 3 on Brenin, 3 on Luignat, and 2 on Angelo. Nando 9 puts Luignat down. Lando 9 puts Angelo down. 2 quick shots for Nando 9.
Netshoes Mine is going back in the 4th position right now, Marcelo. And XD needed to heal their partners if they wanted to be back in the lobby to win that.
2 teams with 3 players still remaining, and there is 1 team that still has a player to fight, Carol. We have Vivocate, we have XD, both with 3 players. And who is the last mysterious player on the horizon, Carol?
XD, Vivocate, would it be a player from SS Sports?
SS Sports was wiped out. Is it Corinthians? We see Modestia rotating over there, and it was Corinthians. It was Bobs. Luignat got the shot on Bobs and got the kill. Luignat gets the triple kill, and now XD is rushing to try to get their first booyah. Brenin goes down. Poor rush by Brenin now leaves Angelo and Luignat to fight for XD. Let's check out if the newcomers will get their first booyah. The grenades are coming in! And it's a booyah! Vivocate! The champions get their double booyah! They get to breathe a little bit higher on the standings. And the double kill from that god seals the deal. Vivocate now has a double booyah and has hopes of the double championship, Carol!
Double booyah it is for sure today because Vivocate got the job right. Again, another booyah will definitely help them to bring back their best game of last season. The champions of last season right now are back in the game with this double booyah, 5 points for killing and 12 for position, an amount of 17 points. Not a wow booyah, but it is a double booyah, so they can definitely celebrate that and cheers for them because they deserve it.
They deserve it indeed. And it was a tight matchup, Carol. We didn't see a team dominating the whole Purgatory map. The picks happened here and there, some points going on, some players having good moments, but no domination throughout the map, and we will see that shown to us in the confirmation of the points that will be coming on the screen for you guys to see. But
and it's going to be funny, Marcelo. It's going to be funny because all the points, one followed by the top 3 points, are the same.
Oh my god!
Not a good number, right? But it's still the same.
Yeah, it could have been 18 or 16, but still, Vivocade XD and Corinthians with 17 points. Netshoes Miners getting out with 12 points. Nitrox top 10 with 9. And SS Esports with 7. And Hazur was the kill leader. Corinthians bringing Bops and getting results from Bops, who also got a triple kill, if I'm not mistaken, in this matchup. But good job by Corinthians right now, Carol.
And look at what is funny in our top 3. Vivocade, of course, got the 17 points because of the position, because they were down to 5 kills. XD, in the second position, they were down, of course, they got 18 points for killing. And Corinthians 9 points for eliminations. So they only got the same amount of points because of the kills. So how important it is for you to get, of course, a great position in the late stages of the game, but also to kill your enemies. Right now, Corinthians and XD, they are in the top 3, but they got the same points of Vivocade. So good stuff for them as well.
Good stuff for them, and we will see how this reflects on the standings that will be coming on the screen for you guys to understand. Fluxo taking the lead as expected. They were tied with before with just 1 point. They would have taken the lead, but Los Grandes not getting to the fight, as well as SS Esports. They needed more points. They could be fighting against Fluxo for the top, but they are still not. Vivocade climbing to the 9th position. Important from Vivocade. They weren't well to begin the season. They started the day in the 14th position, and now they are in the 9th position. Corinthians climbing to the top 11. Netshoes Miners inside of the top 12. Poor game by Team Solo Mid now leaves them out of the top 12, and XD brings Amazon Creeps down a little bit. But the most important for those two teams is the fact that they are opening the gaps for against Real and Furia. That's the most important part of the day. XD and Amazon Creeps are having a good day. Amazon Creeps is probably in the top 3 for the day. They would, if they keep up the good work, they will be in the highlights of the day. And XD finally finding some space, some breathing space. And I've got to say, Carol, it's been better, in my opinion, to watch the Amazon Creeps and the XD squad than Nitrox top 10.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Of course, Amazon Creeps are doing a really good job today, even though they cannot still connect their game in Purgatory specifically. We got great hopes for them in Kalahari and Bermuda. But I'm checking here our standings of the beginning of the day. Netshoes Miners started in the 13th position, Marcelo. And right now, they still are in the 12th position. Good, because they are inside of the top 12. That's very important to be an important place to be, but they are doing a very slow game. They are average again this weekend, and they are doing definitely a very slow game. Team Solomida that started in the 12th position are down to the 13th. Not so good for them, but Vivocade, who is starting the 14th position, are right now looking very good, very strong. They are doing the right game that they needed to leave the relegation zone, right, and to climb at least to the top 10. So let's see if Netshoes Miners will also cop a little bit of the consistency of Vivocade.
And it's not impossible to think that Vivocade might finish this day in a higher position, but who else needs to finish the day in a higher position is my throat, my vocal cords. So we gotta hydrate, because tomorrow there will be much more free fire. We still have 2 maps today and 6 maps tomorrow. So my throat, my vocal cords need to be sharp. We'll be right back.
See, the Fluxo team, it's still alive, Marcelo. Now it is time for them to redeem themselves of the bad matches they had.
Let's see how they will do it, because they are trying to deal with the players from Netshoes Miners. Broil was ahead of them and trying to get their positioning before lost two players down in there trying to deal with Fluxo, but they also have to deal with the players from Netshoes Miners. Fluxo is sent back to the lobby. B4 got the kills. 9 kills on the hands of B4. They still have 2 players and they are still defending the high ground. We are back live and we are preparing ourselves to go for the heat of Kalahari. And in our first map of Kalahari today, Vivo Kate got the booyah. They got the booyah in our best map in Purgatory. Can they do it again, Carol?
Well, it's possible, but I don't know if it would be possible for them to get a quadra booyah like before got, Marcelo.
Still possible. They still have 2 maps.
Yes, it is still possible, of course. Kalahari and Bermuda, they can get an amount of 2 more booyahs to get this quadra booyah like before, but was such a lucky coming from before last weekend that would be hard to repeat itself again, Marcelo.
That would be tough indeed for us to see once again the Quadra Booyah. It was amazing to broadcast the Quadra Booyah, and it's amazing to see Isaac over there preparing the game plan for Amazon Grips. And you know why? Because why is it amazing to see the guys preparing the game plan?
I don't know why.
Because we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R75, heading straight to Kalahari. This is your captain, Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Carol!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last time today to Kalahari map, and let's see what Group A against Group B will prepare for us specifically in this map today, because we know it is important to have grenades, it is important to have snipers, but it's also important to have a great position in the center of the map and in the center of the late stages of the game. So let's see who is going to be the lucky one to be the last survivor.
Let's see how the teams will position themselves. We see Vivo Kate going spread in Pedra do Baú and Porto Seguro, in Safe Port and the chest zone. And we see also the northeast of the map, all fully loaded with players from Netshoes Miners, from SS Esports, from Bond, and also the XD squad going for that spot and maybe getting into some trouble. We have the pod sending the players to that spot. We saw Angelo taking lots of damages, and now Benin, Desene also getting there, and they might try to engage into this fight against Bond. Angelo rotates to inside of the house. Let's check out if the snipers will be singing like Whitney Houston.
That's kind of new for me to see XD against Bond, Marcelo. This is the very first time we see that in the early stages of the game.
And now we see how they are faring off in the early stages, with Angelo sending level up back to the lobby, and my FF squad cries. While we see a change in Bond, Strong came in and he just went back to the lobby. Strong just played his first 3 minutes throughout the season, and it lasted only 3 minutes.
Look at that. XD only went to the playground drop call once. This is the second time they are going there. And Bond team go there for the most of the times in Kalahari. They went there 4 times in playground. So XD did a very bold decision right now, going to the playground.
I think that you're overstating it. Maybe they just wanted to go and ride the seesaw or go for the sliders. We know that playground is fun, no matter what age you are. Playground is always fun.
Marcelo,
So
you definitely got the jokes today.
Yeah, I'm on point.
Yeah, you got the jokes. But who got at least lucky for now? It is Bone team with the best of their players are still alive. R7 and 19. They makes a great do. And let's see if they can survive until the last safe zones.
But Team Solomid is now in a predicament because Vitinho XP has his sights on the players of TSM. He already put Rush down, and now Vini XL is helping Rush over there. Meanwhile, Vitinho rotates throughout the map to engage with his teammates, to get together with his teammates, to discuss their game plan, to maybe have some time. And we see Rafa X coming into play for Mamute. Los Grandes with a change, bringing in Rafa X, a player that was in the starting lineup for last season in place of Mamute.
Yes, and that's explained because Mamute is not having a good day today, Marcelo, so they definitely need a replacement. Ooh.
Now we see Gus trying to use the grenades on the players of Corinthians. And it seems, Carol, that Mamute is dealing with some grief.
Yes.
In his personal life.
Exactly, and that's put some pressure on him during the games. Mess up a little bit with your head.
He had a recent loss in his personal side of the things, and It's good for Los Grandes to take the pressure off Mamute, a player that is so important
Agreed.
for the team, and then now they bring Rafa X to maybe finish this day in Kalahari and Bermuda. Let's see how this will fare off, because you have also Vivocade coming into play, and it amazes me that we don't see Vivocade changing the strategy. It's so rare to see Vivocade change one of their players, and I think that helps the team become that unit that Vivocade was last season, and they are coming to be it once again for this season, Carol.
That reminds me on season 4, in the 4th season of Fury Team. Fury Team were the team that didn't change much of times their players. In the other hand, Red Kalunga, who played the 4th season, were changing in a row, and they were being the worst team. Right now they find themselves in the Series C, which explains why. And I really think Vivocade is doing the right thing, sticking with the same squad, even though they got their replacement player, Hey, which is a very great player. Ooh,
And Modestia now just found the head of Gus over there like a balloon. Gus just popped and went to the floor, and now Modestia is trying to find a few more shots. But Carol, you talked about Red Kalunga 2 seasons ago. We have to talk about Team 1 last season. A team that could not settle with one lineup. They changed tons of players. Every day we saw like 3 or 4 changes from Team 1. And now they're in Serie B, and not in a good moment in Serie B as well, Carol.
yes, exactly. Not definitely in a good moment in the Serie B. But what is good about Serie B, Marcelo, that they got us right now there. Of course, that's very good. But
Of course, Serie B is better now.
but it is for us to watch why such great teams are coming for the Serie A. Because we are seeing that they are capable as much as the teams they are right here, right now. But it keeps coming from series of Free Fire, of LBFF, teams very much prepared to be among the best teams, of course. And we are seeing that close. We're watching that closely on Serie B.
And if you guys want to watch the Serie B, just tune in on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays this week. Especially, we'll have broadcasts on Monday, and I'll be the one taking on the stands to bring you guys the action from Serie B. But the action from Serie A is right now happening while Team Solomid tries to wipe out the whole Fluxo squad. We see that Godkill is already down. Cias is down as well. Cias is now trying to help Godkill over there. Godkill will go down, and Cias will go down. But on the hands of the Amazon Crips players. Amazon Crips just joined the fight. And now SS Esports is sent back to the lobby by XD, by XD. While we see Bondi joining that fight as well. Natividade puts Luignet down. He finishes off Luignet, and now there's only one player to fight for XD. It's Brenin. He uses the ice, but the grenades are coming in, and Natividade the Colby will send him back to the lobby. And that shows Miners, the Calaminers, doing a good job in Kalahari, holding on to 4 kills and repositioning themselves, while Amazon Crips got 3 kills on the players of Fluxo. They are doing it good, and it's good for me to see, because Master was the one that got 3 kills. And I gotta ask you, Carol, where is Master?
In your FF squad today or tomorrow?
Today.
Yes.
Today.
You got it right, bro.
I got today. I got Dark Black. I got Bops. I got Master. I got Level Up. I got Godkill, and I got Debzada.
Nice choice for level up. I also got level up in my squad, even though he got replaced. But also Bob's got a little moment to play in Bermuda, so
Having some action in Bermuda,
right.
indeed. And Carol, the guys can be bold on their FF squad, don't you think?
Of course.
So please, join us in the FF squad. It's amazing to see.
That's
and to
our
play.
personal competition, right?
That's our personal competition, and I'm going after you.
And something tells me that you're gonna go ahead of me this
I
weekend.
know what tells you what's gonna happen. I know that I'm going
crying.
over this weekend. I am taking at least the 7th position from Murilo as well. Murilo, be aware, I'm coming for you, my man.
Nice, Marcelo, nice. But right now it is time for the guys position themselves, Marcelo, to be ready to fight for the Booyah. And Corinthians already got a great position. They can be one of the favorites of this match to be crowned the Booyah winner. And in the contrary, does Vivogate still alive?
Vivogate is still alive, but R7 is still napping because he got a bullet in his head, as the Rage Against the Machine would say. And now 1-9 is also downfield, is coming over. Netshoes Miners is trying to get the squad wipe, and they sent Bondi back to the lobby with ease. And now they have to deal with Nitrox top 10. A player is down, it's Broilo. He was sent down by a player of Nitrox top 10, while Rick now rotates to help his teammate go back on its feet. Broilo will be helped. And now we see Amazon Creeps also repositioning themselves and now trying to go after the players from Team Coda Solid. Let's see how GL will fare off as the frontliner for the Amazon Creeps. Salis is also positioned as a frontliner. We still have Fak playing for Fluxo. Fluxo is still in this matchup, represented by Fak. GL has the information. He has the drop call over there on his hand. He called for the drop, and that's an extra protection for him to advance a little bit and to get a better positioning, to get some information on the players from Team Coda Solid. Let's see how Corinthians will fare off and enter that safe zone. And as we know, the command post is always Corinthians, but they are fighting, Carol.
But look at who is in the center of the safe zone. Los Grandes. And not only in the center, but they got the best cover. The rest, it is the only cover. The rest is all open.
And now Cebolinha puts down on the 9. They are trying to fight. Corinthians fighting against the Amazon Creeps, and the grenades are coming in. Gus, MVR leading the charge for Los Grandes from inside of the house. Cebolinha is with them. They use the chrono to protect themselves from the grenades. Cebolinha is still rotating. They have Rafa X to deal with the front line of Vivocade, who is coming after them. Ousado puts Napon down. We still have 9 teams alive. And now Team Solomita is fighting against Nitrox top 10, and they will be wiped out. Romeo and Shine is doing a good job. MVR holding Modestia with the sniper rifle. Meanwhile, we see the Amazon Creep being harmed by the Team Coda Solid, and they will be back to the lobby because Beck was mad with the Mag 7. He just sent down a whole squad. Fuck, gets a kill for Fluxo. Bobs puts 2 players down with the grenade. Thank you, Bobs. My FF squad thanks you. Bobs gets back as well. One more shot with the grenade for him. Gus sends that gun down while Broilo puts Bonsai to sleep. And Nitrox top 10 will go down because, oh my god, that kill feed went down really fast. That kill feed went down really fast, and now we have also 5 teams still on the fight. Corinthians trying to get information on the players from Team Coda Solid. Quali is nearing the door that holds the life of Zenak. Quali puts Ousado down with a nice sniper rifle shot. Gus is trying to rotate. Los Grandes had the better positioning, but now they are leaving the safe zone, and Broilo just sent down 1 player. Natividade puts Rafa X down as well with the grenade launcher shot. Field, he's coming over with Hick to try to take Cebolinha down. He puts Cebolinha down, Natividade finishes off Rafa, and now the Netshoes Miners have 12 kills. 12 kills on the hands of the Netshoes Miners, but Broilo will go down. Gus is bringing the fight. Field will put Gus down, and Los Grandes is sent back to the lobby. Netshoes Miners with 14 kills. We still have 4 teams remaining, but only 8 players. 3 are Netshoes Miners. We have Fak alive. We still have Corinthians players alive, and we still have Team Coda Solid on this fight. No teams with their full squad. Quali is trying to find the shots on Zenak. 3 players from Netshoes Miners, 3 from Team Coda Solid, 1 from Fluxo, 1 from Corinthians. Fox rotating. Field uses all he has to find some shots. Nativa is cooking some grenades over there. He goes for the grenade shots, but Quali tries to go over and he will not. Natividade da Kobe once again doing it amazingly, sending Quali down. The last safe zone is closing. Fuck is in the center. Can Fuck save it for Fluxo? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's a booyah! Fluxo! Fuck just did it! Oh my god! How did he do it? Fluxo was sent back to only one player on the beginning of the match. Fuck remained alive, and he took control of the center of the safe zone in the end. Unbelievable, Carol!
I have one thing to say, Marcelo. Please join me. This is how you do it.
Oh my
This is
god!
how you do it. Marcelo, he did it right. Actually, he could get engaging in the fight between the two teams alive, Team Cold Solid and Netshoes Miners. But he decided to prioritize the safe. Once he got the control of the safe, he got the last kill and got the booyah. Even though we're not the booyah with the same amount of points that Netshoes Miners got, we are going to check that in a bit, they got the booyah. It is important. You got a lot of points for the booyah. So the guys went for it. They got the first booyah, of course. 16 points for them, Marcelo. Easy 16 points for them.
Easy.
With only Fuck alive.
And Fuck held on to the end of the game with a calm and tranquility that we are not used to seeing.
Cold blood. Cold blood.
Cold blood.
And Netshoes Miners right now, Nativa being the MVP for this last match, 5 kills in his hand. They finished this last match with 16 kills, Marcelo. Can you imagine if they got the booyah?
If they got the kill on Fuck and the booyah, they will go for 29 points. So, and maybe Fluxo will be left with, I don't know, 5-6 points if they lost Fuck early in the game. But that was so cerebral by Fuck. That was so calculated and cold, and we had to bring the kudos to Netshoes Miners. But it's impossible not to focus on what Fuck did.
Yes, that was impressive. Left us speechless.
And the points for killing, that Fluxo got the 4 points for killing, went by the hands of Fuck. Happened by the hands of Fuck. Those 16 points that would bring Fluxo higher on the leadership of the stand, because Fluxo is currently leading our table. Those 16 points goes on the hands of Fuck. It's all Fuck's, and we gotta say, no, bro, you'd better raise this man's salary, my man. You'd better raise this man's salary.
And not only that, Marcelo, but right now they are going for the 6 booyahs tie break. They got once again the tie break on their side. 6 booyahs for Fluxo team in LBFF Season 6, looking very strong. Before this match start, we were talking about the Netshoes Miners. They were standing in the 12th position after starting in the 13th position, but with this 25 points, we'll definitely pull them, get them a bigger leap to help them to looking more inside of the top 12 right now, from the 12th position to the 10th position.
And look at who they left behind. Bond and Corinthians.
Bond. Marcelo, can you believe Bond team, that same team that's starting in the first position right now, are in the 11th position today?
The team that was a sensation for LBFF throughout the first and second weeks is now in the 11th position. Corinthians, who dominated last season, is now in the 12th position. Netshoes Miners are climbing the tables. They needed those results, and now they are not that far away from the fight in the number of kills. We know that Netshoes Miners is not a team that gets that much kills. And for this matchup, they got the kills. They did it 16 times in this matchup. We see Vivocade approaching Metagaming, approaching Loud. And as we see Team Coda Solid reaching the 5th position. But Fluxo with those 290 points, now they're 20 points ahead of before. Before will be playing tomorrow and Fluxo will not. So it's important for Fluxo to get the biggest advantage that they can, and FAC just saved the day for Fluxo, because today was not being a good day for Fluxo.
Exactly, not only saving the day, Marcelo, but looking right now the difference between them and Los Grandes. That's everything they needed. By the end of the day, they will probably reach the 300 mark. That's amazing for them.
It's doable. They need 10 points in Bermuda.
Exactly.
It's doable.
Exactly. So just standing in the 10 points, and you guys are going to break the 300 mark, the 300 barrier. So impressive things happening today. We always predicted that things that we are not waiting will happen, and indeed it is happening. And that's Free Fire Brazilian League, the best of you guys have.
That's Free Fire Brazilian League, and we got to know who are the guys leading the chart.
Wow.
It's MTS, Gus, Vitinho, que é Natividade, reaching the top 5. And R7, where is Cias? Where is Iago? Where is Ian? I don't know.
I was expecting to see Cias at least though, but what impresses me right now it is to see Gus in the 2nd place. Of course, Los Grandes is having a good day. They will probably be showing up in the highlights of the day by the end of the matches. But I wasn't tracking Gus kills. So he's definitely doing a good job in the 2nd place of the kill leaders. And MTS looking very strong. And I tell you what, Marcelo, he hit the goalpost twice. Right now he deserves to be the MVP.
And we see R7 getting to 6th position after that game where he put Bonji on his back and got 7 kills all by himself in 2 difficult fights. R7 is coming back to the top of the kill leaders list. But I want to know, Carol, if Bermuda can be a map that changes things today.
Actually, Bermuda, because Bermuda it is the most traditional one, always bring us such amazing stuffs, right? So definitely Bermuda can come to surprise us in this last match. Maybe we'll have a triple booyah come from Vivocade, maybe a double booyah come from Fluxo team, because they are not having a good day, but definitely with one more booyah will bring them confidence to go to Bermuda map. So maybe Bond will rise from the ashes. We don't know. The only thing that we know it is Bermuda is the most traditional ones. The players know that map and they can surprise us.
So let me change into my Bermuda and we'll be back after a quick break.
See, the Fluxo team is still alive, Marcelo. Now it is time for them to redeem themselves of the bad matches they had.
Let's see how they will do it, because they are trying to deal with the players from Netshoes Miners. Broil was ahead of them and trying to get their positioning before lost 2 players down, and they are trying to deal with Fluxo, but they also have to deal with the players from Netshoes Miners. Fluxo is sent back to the lobby. Before got the kills, 9 kills on the hands of Before. They still have 2 players and they are still defending the high ground. We are back live and we're heading to the last map of the day, which is Bermuda. And of course, we still have much more Free Fire coming up on the weekend for you guys to watch. Tomorrow we'll have 6 more maps, Group A holding on to Group C. And we will have much more Free Fire coming up. Carol, your expectations for the last map and for tomorrow?
Definitely my expectations go to the teams that belong to the Group A. They have a double rounds today and tomorrow, so it is a great opportunity to them to change their scenario, that path they are standing right now. Like for example, today would be a definitely amazing day for Bond. They belong to the Group A. They are playing today and tomorrow. So good luck for the teams that belong to the Group A. May they do a good job, but also Group B play only today, so it is wise for them definitely have highlights today.
Let's see the highlights from above.
Yes.
Because we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, for the flight R7D6 heading straight to Bermuda. This is your captain, Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Carol!
So let's drop in Bermuda, the map that we all love. And let's see what Fluxo, Los Grandes, SS Sports, Team Coda, Solid, Vivo, K, Netshoes, Miners, Bond, Corinthians, Nitrox, Top 10, TSM, XD, and Amazon Crips will prepare for us for this last match today, Marcelo. And my expectations are definitely really high on Vivo Kid to get a triple booyah, on Fluxo team to get a double booyah, but also to see those ones that are not having a good day at all, like Nitrox, Bone team. So right now, Bermuda, it is a good opportunity for them.
It's a good opportunity indeed, and as we see, once again, Amazon Crips and Netshoes Miners leaving Sentosa, Carol, leaving it to Corinthians, and Nitrox Top 10 taking control of the factory and Poshinok, Marcel Edric as well. It's important to take control of that region because you're close to the center of the map and you have a huge part of the rotation of almost every team that plays by the south of the map controlled. And as we talked about Vivocade being a consistent team, now they're bringing Hay in.
For the very first time.
For the very first time, Hay making his debut for Vivocade in the place of General.
And actually, we are going to watch if that was a good choice, because we know that General, it is the captain team. Also, that God helps a lot, General, but let's see, because General is also not only the captain team, but the best assistance that Vivocade has. So let's see what they will prepare this match, Marcelo, because we saw that couple changes in Loud team were not really good in their favorite when they chose to take out Kronos and put Brabox. So let's see if it goes the same for Vivocade.
Let's check this out. We have the stats coming up on the screen for you guys to see. The guy who has the most individual kills in Bermuda is Kawan, as well as in Purgatory. The team that has the most kills in Bermuda is Loud, as well as in Purgatory. But the fastest kill went to Japa with 35 seconds of play. He just probably dropped by the side of the dude and punched him in the face up until he died, right?
He probably did. And once we are talking about Japa BKR, Marcelo, we gotta point it out about Cias. Cias, that it is a famous player in LBFF. It is an important player for Fluxo team. He is also about to go to the 300 kills, Marcelo. And this is the only second season he's playing LBFF. A newbie of the 4th season. A player that is working grenades to kill. He's definitely doing an amazing job, because took Japa BKR 5 seasons to get the 300 marks. And right now, Cias only played 2. It is amazing. But what is more amazing, it is the booyahs around here, guys. And teams that haven't get a Booyah yet, it is XD, Amazon Creeps, and Furia. Furia is not playing today, but today would be a great opportunity for XD and Amazon Creeps get the first Booyah. Amazon Creeps that today hit twice the goalpost.
The goalpost twice. And we've seen that happened a lot this season. We've seen Amazon Creeps get to the second place 1,000 times this season, but they still ain't got their first Booyah. And last season we saw that happen with Team Liquid as well. It took them a while to get their first Booyah. However, this season we have still 3 teams with no Booyahs yet. We have Furia, we have XD, and we have Amazon Creeps with no Booyahs yet. But now it seems that Bond is trying to come strongly towards Nitrox top 10, but Strong just went to the floor, and now Nitrox is trying to get level up. Level up goes down as well. And one of my players from the FF squad will go down. It was level up, and he is sent down and sent back.
Sad for you and for me.
The lobby.
I also cast a level up to my squad, and seeing him back in the lobby hurts, break my heart. But what is not breaking my heart right now, it is the fights going on. Vivo Kid already will come to Poshnok to engage against Nitrox top 10. Bond team tried already, so it will be very important for us to keep an eye on this fight right now. Vivo Kid with a Ray for the very first time in their squad.
Hey, for debuting, hey, which in Portuguese means queen, and which means king, I'm sorry. He is on the play for Vivo Kate, and now Vivo Kate is being pressured by Nitrox top 10, while Modestia tries to break the ice to get a better sight, a better view between the players from Vivo Kate and Nitrox top 10. This early fight going on in Poshnok, but we are already reaching 6.5 minutes of play, and this might not be such an early battle, right, Carol?
Yes, no, not at all, because they know how dangerous it is to engage right now where all the 12 teams are still alive. I'm really curious to see where Fluxo right now. They are definitely hiding, trying to avoid get in a position where they can get at least 10 points to reach the 3 marks and still open a big gap ahead of the other teams. And a fun fact, Marcelo, it's that Fluxo team coming leading the table in the top 3 or being among the top 3 since season 4. They are never out of the top 12, never out of the top 5. That's impressive.
That's impressive indeed, Carol. And what's the most impressive thing for me is the highlights on Romeo's hair. We gotta say it. And the smile from Bonsai. Both of them impress me a lot. I pity the guys who are at home and that cannot see the smile from Bonsai in that picture. J8CZ also such a beautiful man. All of them impressed me a lot, Carol.
Your tone, your voice, such a beautiful man. You're talking like so sure of that.
I'm sure they are indeed beautiful. They are indeed beautiful.
But what's more beautiful than that, Marcelo, it is their skills in LBFF. And I'm enjoying to see Amazon Creeps today, even though they are not one of the best. They are doing their best day to day, I would say.
Probably their best day today, indeed. As we see the guys rotating, they were in the top 3 for the day, for the first half of the day. Let's see if they can come back to end this day in the top 3. As we see the fight going on between Vivocade and Nitrox top 10, and we check out the positioning from Fluxo. And now J8CZ goes down. There's only one player to fight for both teams, Shinez and Hey. Still trying to save Vivocade over there. Shinez will finish off one player, and he'll go after Hey. He will put Modestia down on Hey. Holding up inside of the ice, will not be able. Shinez gets the triple kill, and 5 kills for Shinez in this matchup. 5 kills for Shinez. Incredible job by the player from Nitrox top 10, and finally Nitrox having a good early match, Carol.
Nitroxo had lots of problems, a hard time to start to connect the game today. In the last match, Marcelo, maybe will come their glorious moments. They are about to go to the access group, relegation zone, need to stand up.
They need to stand up indeed, and as we see, Bonsai is the one leading the charge with the double vector. And we will get to check out the fight probably going on between Amazon Creeps and Nitrox Top 10. We have still 11 teams on the game, and only one of the teams that are still in the game has lost players. We have 42 players still remaining out of the 44 that those 11 teams would provide us totally. Let's see how SS Esports will rotate. They are inside of the safe zone, but they are in a poor position on the sides of the hills, going for peak. Fluxo has the positioning. Team Solomid is by the side, and they might be scouted by Team Solomid. And if a fight starts over there right now, SS Esports would be targeted by Fluxo, would be targeted by Team Coda Solid, by Team Solomid. They will have nowhere to run, Carol.
Definitely nowhere to run. And Marcelo, I really enjoy the safe zone where it is right now. Poshinoki getting a little bit of Poshinoki, a little bit of peak. I mean, it is the centers of the safe zone Poshinoki. So it's like you said, a lot of covers, but when the safe zone shrinks, all of them have to leave their covers, and that's when the party started, the action happens, because now we will have a better understanding of who is the best one among them.
And let's see now the rotation from Corinthians inside of Poshinoki. They still have to deal with the Amazon Creeps that are also in the city, and Nitrox Top 10 and Team Coda Solid getting to that city as well. Poshinoki is having a growth in their population, so their
Kind of like Brazil.
internal product probably will raise, and they will have more money at the end of the game.
Exactly, they are bringing more tourists, right?
They are bringing more tourists, indeed. It's a Lithuanian city, so it's near beaches, it's near the sea, so Poshinoki is now a great place for you to visit. If you're planning your vacations, please put Poshinoki in your list.
Hey Marcelo, can you believe that the first team to go back in the love, because we are already down to 11, was Vivo Cage. Having a booyah today, double booyah today, and finish the day in the bottom position. What a shame.
Will this be pinned on Hay? This is important for us to talk about. It was not Hay's fault, however.
Yes.
This will be pinned on Hay.
Yes, in the squad with Hay, of course. Like Brabox.
Yeah, happens with Brabox on Loud, but it happens. Teams are adapting and trying to bring in new faces. We know that this season is important, and we know that the future for those teams is also important, so it's important for them to try new players to prepare themselves for the future. As we see 1-9 bringing the Saitama costume! Finally 1-9 in the Saitama costume! I've waited all day to see that! And now we have R7 controlling the center of the factory. The fight going on between Xde and Bonji in the factory. As we see, Amazon Creeps engaging into fights while Master tries to find some shots with his grenades on nobody, because that house is empty. Master, what are you doing? However, he rotates, he tries to find a better positioning, going for the house where his teammates are and to leave the danger zone as well. And now Netshoes Miners are rotating and having to deal with the players from Nitrox Top 10, and now with the Amazon Creeps as well. Master takes lots of damages from the players of Corinthians. GL, he has some ammo over there. He can go for the court, but he chose not to go for that weapon. Meanwhile, we have Los Grandes dealing with Fluxo coming from below, trying to use their Balbaus to close the reach. But Fak is leading the charge for Corinthians. CS with the grenades, tries to find the shots. No players down from that grenade of CS. He's trying to rotate, using the ice to heal himself, while his teammates reposition. Got killed. Tries to find the head of MVR, and he found it. He put MVR down with a good headshot. A breathtaking headshot, and now he's trying to find Gus. Gus repositions, uses the negative to protect himself. And CS will put Cebolinha down while Godkill tries the shots with the Barrett. CS has the grenades. He cooked it well. He sent it down and have extra blocks of damages. And now CS will use the UMP to rush on the players from Los Grandes. Some shots coming in, breaking the ice. That CS is protecting himself right now. He uses another grenade. Not much damage right now on Cebolinha. Did just a little bit of damage, but now we have the fight going on in Pochinok. The fight that we expected the most. Brokofé puts Master down, Apon puts Luginet, and now Team Solomid is trying to bring it back, but Natividade!
Wow!
Natividade and Rick just wiped out the whole Xday squad! Amazing job by the Netshoes Miners bringing this fight back on their side! 3 kills for them. Bond is down because Chinese did it and sent 1-9 back to the lobby. Natividade once again with the grenades. The Netshoes Miners are breaking the ice once again. Natividade with the grenade, and he does it all! 3 kills for Natividade. He's holding on to the grenades. He knows that Team Solomid is right there. He tries to find more grenade shots while Fluxo goes down on the lobby, but Rush OP just rushed down and sent Natividade to the floor. Now the Netshoes Miners have to deal with Team Solomid. Rush once again puts Broilo down, and the Netshoes Miners will go back to the lobby with 5 kills. Great job by Rush and Brokofé rotating from Team Solomid to get to a better positioning. Chinese, he puts 2 players down with the grenade from Los Grandes. Once again, Chinese using the grenades. He knows that it's a mess over there in that fight, and Romeo puts him down, puts Gus down, and Cebolinha as well. Now Ousado, he tries to find the better positioning. Bobs with the grenades. Hazur putting Bonsai down. Ousado is joining that fight, and Hazur puts 3 players down. Nitrox top 10 is sent back to the lobby. 5 teams remaining, 14 players. Corinthians has the advantage of having 4 players. But now we see Team Solomid going after the Amazon Creeps. GL, he tries to find the shots. He could not find it, and Bone sent him to the floor. Salis tries to save it, and Bobs with the grenade once again! Double kill for Bobs! Now Team Solomid has only 1 player to fight. SS Esports also 1 single player to fight. And we have Team Coda Solid with the full squad going after Corinthians with the full squad. The last time it happened, a player that was playing solo just had the booyah, but it will not be Jubinha this time. He was just sent back to the lobby, and the SS Esports squad is eliminated. There's Rush playing for Team Solomid. Let's see if Rush will go for the fuck. And we see Bobs. He rotates. He tries to find a better position. He has 4 kills. Nice! Grenade launcher shot for Bobs. He finishes up quality. 5 kills for Bobs. He uses another grenade. Tries to get inside of the house, and he puts it down. Another takedown for Bobs. Hazur is trying to rotate in, and Bobs once again. So it's a booyah, Corinthians! They were not having a good day, but the changes made Corinthians dangerous once again. On the hands of Bobs, Corinthians get their booyah of the day, Carol.
And we are closing our day screaming Timão because Corinthians did it. They did it all with 11 kills, an amount of 23 points for this last booyah, Marcelo. What a great time for Corinthians. They were in need of the points for the booyah, for sure. But what were impressive, and we are going to check in the best moments, were Nitrox top 10. They went back to the lobby in the 6th position, but they got kind of like the 2nd place. So Team Coda Solid try it, but who did it was Nitrox top 10.
Nitrox top 10 indeed did it, and we are going to have the confirmation of the point coming on the screen for you guys. Check out how this will mess with our standings as soon as possible. We'll have those points, but it was good to see some of those teams at the end of the game. Team Solomid, Corinthians, Nitrox Top 10, finally getting the grasp of the season, Carol.
Definitely, Marcelo. I really enjoyed watching this match because it was a different picture that we had in the other 5-1s, right? So teams that we were not expecting, Nitrox, Team Solomid, of course, and obviously, we gotta point it out that Netshoes Miners did a good job as well. Esports were also in the 5th place, but Nitrox Top 10 go back in the lobby in the 6th position, have Chinese getting 9 kills by himself. It is amazing. It is what we're expecting of Nitrox Top 10 since the very beginning.
And we saw that Chinese was the guy who had the most assistances to begin this day throughout the season. Now he is becoming also the guy of the kills for Nitrox Top 10. Nitrox lost Victor 7. He was an important player for the team, and Chinese is stepping up for this spot, right, Carol?
I'm so happy, so much happy
you
with
have
the Chinese.
Chinese in your FF squad.
I sure do.
You know who I have? I have Bobs.
And Bob's, as a newcomer, he's doing an impressive job, an amazing job. He's been cast for Corinthians team more than once today, so they are definitely trusting on Bob's job, which it is amazing. But it was not amazing, Marcelo, was to see Vivo Kid with a double booyah, and right now 0 points. What happened?
It was okay. After a good day from Vivo Kid, we're going to check the standings before we bring you who were the best teams of the day. We see Fluxo finishing the day in the lead. SS Esports getting to the 3rd position. Important day for SS Esports. And look at the lead that Corinthians gave with that booyah. They went from fighting near the top 12 to the 6th position. That shows how balanced this season is, Carol.
Yes, Marcelo, the season has been very balanced, and it has been balanced for the teams that were not picturing. Of course, as a Sports Fluxo team and Loud, we are ready. We're waiting for that. But Silos Grandes in the top 3. Team Coda Solid inside of the top 5, and Corinthians, they coming back. It is amazing. Netshoes Miners, they started in the 13th position, are finishing in the 9th position, which it is very good. So Amazon Crips as well. Amazon Crips can breathe. At least right now they are fighting, they are feeding their game right now. They left the relegation zone, leaving behind Furia. She's there, Real Sports, in a very bad position, but they are coming to take the top 12. And we know that for newcomers, precisely it is hard for them to adapt themselves in the Serie A style. But if they can manage to be at least inside of the top 12, it is all they need.
And it's important for Amazon Crips that they put a difference of 61 points for Real. Real scored 135 points throughout the whole season. 61 is almost half of what they done throughout the whole season. That's not something that we imagine them doing tomorrow. 61 points. It's doable, yes, it is. But we don't imagine that being done. But what I don't imagine also, Carol, is who is the best team of the day.
Should we figure it out right now, Marcelo?
Of course we should. Let's check on the screen. For me and for you guys, Corinthians was the best team of the day. And look at Bobs. I didn't imagine that happening. Corinthians was the best team of the day.
Is that right, director? I can't believe my eyes right now, Marcelo.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Corinthians is the best team of the day.
I was going for Los Grandes.
I was going for Evocade with the double booyah.
Double booyah, yeah.
Oh my god, that's unbelievable. Bobs with 10 kills, Hazur 9, Ousado with 6, Gelo with 2, and Zenak with 1. Let's try to understand this.
Yes, but look, before we go to the highlights of the day, of course, I just gotta point it out how split were their points in Purgatory and Kalahari, and the huge amount of points in Bermuda, and as well the split points of kills, which among of Hazuri and Bobs and also Ousado. It is impressive, Marcelo.
Bobs played 3 maps, Carol. Bob just played 3 maps, and he got 10 kills. I'm amazed. Let's check out the highlights of the day for us to understand what went on. Oh, okay, it's doable. All the 3 teams are so close to each other that the difference that Corinthians got in this last map put them ahead of Los Grandes with 64 points and Netshoes Miners with 62. But Netshoes Miners, the team that got the most points, and I got to thank Netshoes Miners because Dog Black is my coach.
Definitely, Netshoes Miners having their best day so far this season, Marcelo.
And look at who killed the most in Los Grandes. It was not Gus. It was Cebolinha.
No, MVR.
It's MVR, I'm sorry. They are look-alike. But it was not Gus. It was MVR.
MVR. Actually, I was not keeping the track with any of the players of Los Grandes. I was so sure they would be in the highlights of the day, but not counting that Gus would be in the kill leaders, MVR would be in the individual kills today. Amazing stuff coming from Los Grandes today, and Netshoes Miners surprising us. And Corinthians, oh my gosh.
Corinthians, the kill leader. And we got to point out Chinês on the 2nd place in the individual kills today with 12 kills, 9 on the last map, Carol.
Exactly, Marcelo, exactly. And actually, Los Grandes and Netshoes Los Grandes and Corinthians, they did a solid game.
They did a solid game, indeed. We had many teams with solid games. We have Evocade close to those standings. We have Amazon Creeps close to those standings. So this was such a balanced day that shows how the season is going on right now. It's an actual example of how this season is happening. Let's check out the kill leaders. How the day ends for the kill leaders. MTS still leading with 49 kills. Vinicius with 45 goes back to the 2nd position. And look at who is in the 4th position.
Natividade is back. Wow.
Nativa is back on the top 4, 42 kills for him. But we still have Killet to play tomorrow with 41 kills and the will to give me some points in my FF squad because he's in my FF squad team.
I hope so, Marcelo, because my FF squad tomorrow, I don't know about tomorrow, but
I got 2 players that are inside of the top 5 to play for me tomorrow in my FF squad. Vitinho, XP, and Killet. If those guys don't save me tomorrow, I'm done. They will try to save me tomorrow, and I hope they are able to. Carol, this was a thrilling day.
That was definitely a thrilling day. I really enjoyed to see how our table changed so suddenly. Fluxo team that with a surprise Booyah got they reached the 300 marks, right? They closed the day with the 300 marks. That was definitely amazing, and I got great expectations, and my hopes are really high for tomorrow.
I am eager to see what will go on tomorrow. Please follow us on our social media at Free Fire Esports, and of course at Marcelo Fettini, at Carol.bombshell. And we will be here tomorrow with you guys, and you guys need to check out the teams that will be playing tomorrow, as we have Group A hosting Group C with Boni, Corinthians, Nitrox Top 10, Team Coda Solid, Team Solomid, and Vivocate hosting before Furia, Loud, Metagaming, Real, and Tropa. And Carol, of course, you'll be by my side tomorrow for us to check out those amazing matches, right?
I hope so, Marcelo, because today I love the day today, and I'm really gonna love the day tomorrow. So thank you guys to be here with us today. Don't miss the matches tomorrow because it is crazy. Group A against Group C. A lot of teams that we know that Group C, it is one of the most aggressive ones this season, right, Marcelo? So we cannot miss the match tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back tomorrow at the same time, and we expect you guys to be here to watch some more Free Fire. So please stay tuned because we're clear to take off. Let's hit the skies. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.